BetOnline has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads to bet on during games. Think you know your stuff? Get in on our $200,000 mega contest and pick 5 games against the spread every week for your chance at weekly prizes and a share of $200,000. When the game's over, head on over to our online casino and get in on a game of blackjack or poker, or unwind with over 150 slot games. Head to the website today to get in on the action. Bet online. The game starts here.
Who that say they gon' beat them Saints? Who that? Who that? Who that say they gon' beat them Saints? Who that? Who that? Who that say they gon' beat them Saints? Who that?
Yeah. Boogie like Benson, I'm a who that. I'm a who that. Long as I'm living, I'm a who that. Lose or winning, I'm a who that. Sports Coma, yeah, this is where we do that. Where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that. Boogie like Benson, I'm a who that. I'm a who that. Sports Coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Somebody please better help. Running this thing like elf. I thank God every day I'm not a felt. Go to YouTube live with Big Q and the guys. If you ain't ride or die, the bandwagon get flipped. Been marching in, that was way for the ring. I was yelling out your shame for the championship. Fucking on town, duck down. Falcons, pluck, get shut down. Panthers ain't much touchdown. The vision really belong to us now. So much hate on the Saints, you could probably tell. Ever since Bounty Gate hit the NFL, when things seem fishy and you probably smell the crooked referees or Roger Goodell. Yeah, probably like this and I'm a who that. Every day I'm living, I'm a who that. Lose or winning, I'm a who that. It's the Sports Coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that. Boogie like Benson, I'm a who that. It's the Sports Coma, this is where we do that.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
Here we go, baby. Home opener? We don't lose at home. Why do we have to get Tom Brady as the announcer again? This sucks. So we're just going to let him walk down the field and score. And we can only answer with a field goal. Who is Rashid Shaheed and why is he wide open? 70-yard pass? Are we really down 14-3 right now? Is Zeke okay? Why hasn't he been playing? I started him in fantasy. At least we got another field goal. Can we stop Alvin Kamara? Can we do that? Does our defense suck again? And Alvin Kamara scores 21-6. What is going on right now? CD, go! Touchdown! Let's go! What is our defense doing? Our defense can't stop the run. It's like a Packers game all over again. And Alvin Kamara scores again, 28-13. They're holding Micah Parsons on every play. These refs suck. Gotta score before half. Catch the ball, Jalen Tolbert. Come on. Let's go, Dak. Gotta match him right here. Interception. Jalen Brooks slipped. They're gonna blame Dak for that, too. Is Dak the reason we gave up 28 points? Is that on Dak, too? Chris Olave did not catch that ball. It was moving. They're never gonna challenge it? They're cheating. Derek Carr, QB sneak, touchdown. 35-13. Why do I watch football? This is my fault. I talked too much trash last week. I knew it would come back to get me. Why do we always suck against Shanahan coaches? At least I can always count on Brandon Aubrey. 35-16 and half. Okay, second half, let's turn this around. Jalen Tolbert! Hang onto the ball! Another missed pass interference right there. CD can't get any calls. Get rid of it, Dak. Get rid of it. Fumble, no! At least we got the fumble. Good hustle, Jalen Tolbert. Brandon Aubrey, automatic. 35-19 Saints. How are they already about to score again? And Alvin Kamara scores. I have the Cowboys defense in fantasy. I have -1 points. At least we blocked the extra point. Now it's only 41-19. Just take a knee and get out of here. I'm tired of this. Is Zach Martin down? No! This day couldn't get any worse. 4th and 4, incomplete. Turnover on Dak. Interception. Could use that a little bit earlier, Donovan Wilson, but I'll take it. And Dak immediately throws an interception. Yeah, I'm turning the game off. Yep. All right. Defense gonna stop a nosebleed. We gotta get better receivers. CD's basically our whole offense. I just hope Zach Martin's okay. Maybe the Saints are just good. Hey, bro, worry about the Falcons. Whatever. It's only one game. I was told the regular season doesn't matter. That's only when we win, right? I know y'all ain't talking. Y'all almost lost to the Giants. If this is what all it looks like, we're cooked.
Actually, Scooter, do you want to talk about it? We the boys. We the boys. Well, I know what y'all not. Y'all not that. It's who that? Who that? Who that said they're going to beat them Saints? Not them boys. You guys got all overexcited again. Oh, we blew out the Browns. We're a Super Bowl team. Who hasn't blown out the Browns at one point in their lifetime? The Saints, it was just the Panthers. Well, I guess it's just the Cowboys now. I mean, I told you, it's more than a game down here in New Orleans. Now you guys have a front row ticket. Get on the back and go bandwagon. And Derek Carr, revenge. So, who that? Who that, Cowboys fans? Who that, Scooter? Who that?
Shout out to John, old man. He did a wonderful job on here telling that cowboy guy off. Big ups to y'all. Appreciate y'all being here for the live, man. And of course, we know right now as we talk and go on, we see that the Falcons it's a birdie battle, man, between the Falcons and the Eagles squad currently right now as nothing really going on. Both 2-0s fighting it out. We'll see both of these guys. Eagles first, upcoming week, followed by the Falcons. So welcome into the stream. Welcome. You're now rocking with the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys where we have intense, entertaining, educating, and enlightening sport talk from your favorite sports fan. Appreciate you guys being in the live, man. We up in this thing talking some good stuff, man. I wanted to kind of talk at you guys on a few news, notes, and items going on with our squad right now. And of course, one of the biggest things that we were kind of concerned about was what's going on with Mr. Taysom. You know, he had the issue, but the Saints, we'll play Dennis Allen in a little bit. I'm not going to play all of it because he has a pretty long interview, but the Saints, Taysom Hill avoids serious injury. According to Kat Terrell, she's kind of quoting some of this from Dennis Allen's press conference, and we'll play a little bit of that momentarily. But that was what one of my main concerns were, getting out of the game with a dub, and of course, making sure we're good there as we kind of tune up and get ready, because a big part of our game going forward is to remain as healthy as we possibly can. So that's good news right there. All right, let's get into this article right here. Saints coach Dennis Allen says tight end Taysom Hill appeared to have avoided serious injury after he left the Saints 44-19 win against the Dallas Cowboys with a chest injury. Hill was sent to a local hospital for evaluation at the end of the third quarter as a precautionary measure, but was able to ride back home on the team playing Sunday. And Dennis Allen said this in the presser today. He's doing good. He feels good. I don't know if we've gotten all the results back on him. He went in and got some imaging today. I think we avoided anything really serious. There you go. Allen did not specify the nature of the injury, nor did he say what specific testing required a visit to the hospital. He has a chest injury. It's nothing serious, but the last time, listen, fam, not saying this is the case, but the last time we had a guy that went to the hospital, it was over a rib issue, who then Dennis Allen said a similar comment when it happened. See, I remember the things that they say, you know. A similar thing was said about Derek Carr when he was taken in, and it says, yeah, it was just doing some imaging, we're just being precautious. And of course, they never admitted to Derek Carr having any broken ribs or anything going on that was serious until 2 games before the end of the regular season, when they could then spin it into an excuse to why things were going on. But anyway, they're saying it is. Well, hopefully that's not the issue with Taysom. We'll see as we move forward. He's a big part of what we got going on, so hopefully it'll be all right going forward. So like I said, we'll see what the injury reports say outside of what they're saying as we move forward. So much love to the fam. Appreciate y'all being in the stream. And listen, man, kind of a victory Monday for the Black and Gold family members. Shout out to you guys for being in the stream. Big ups to everybody. I'm giving my royal shout outs to the great Who Dat Nation, Trav 504, OG Jerry. Good to see you in the building. Pelicans Nola, big up to you. St. Doug, what's popping, bro? All right, word to the great says these Cowboy fans talk. Yeah, they were talking a little too much, man. And we just as the Who Dat Nation, man, we just reared back and say, okay. Like I said, I had the brother to come on to the stream, and his reckless talk was so reckless. I was like, let me bring him on here, see if it's consistent. Of course, he wasn't. The recklessness didn't display itself when we had him on as a guest. He was very mild-mannered, and then he did a stream later on that night where he then reverted back to his reckless form. And then Sunday afternoon, all of that went away. All of the reckless energy dissipated as well. So it's a very rare occurrence, right? We said you just don't. And I told him the whole week, listen, y'all are historically speaking against the Saints. I kept saying this since 98. The Saints have won 10 of those 14 matches. Now it's 11 of 15 since 98. So it is what it is. But in context, Chase says, we're going to beat the Eagles. All right. Thank you, Chase. What's up, KB? Shout out to KB. Much love, St. Doug. Much love, fam. Good to see you in the chat. Cartel, big ups to you as well, sir. Appreciate you, brother. Tragic's in this thing. Jamaica, shout out to the Queens, man. All right, L Dub, what's happening, brother? Good to see you as well, man. Much love to the fam. What's up, St. John? How you doing, sir? Appreciate you, brother. Trey's in this thing. Molly Mall's in this thing as well. All right, big ups to everybody, man. Good to see all y'all in the stream. What's up, Jason? Big ups. Who that daddy? Big ups to y'all, man. I know y'all watching, vibing. Y'all watching some of the Falcons game as well. Falcons and Eagles game right now. It's $154 right now in the first quarter. No scores yet, but Jalen Hurts, and these are the two teams that we are going to see consecutively. All right, Vibe says Q. We showed out in AT&T Stadium yesterday. I hope everybody that was watching the game on TV heard us. We were in the building. Yes, sir. Yes, we did. And we seen all of the footage, bro, the second lines and everything, man. They don't know how we turn up. And then they were saying that was the Saints Super Bowl. I heard some people saying that, trying to steal the luster of the win away from you. Well, that was the Saints Super Bowl. Not really, man. Y'all not that good. Now, listen, no disrespect, man, to the Cowboys people. But sometimes you need some hardcore truth. You guys aren't that good. And I was saying it all last week when I was breaking down the film, looking at them like, bro, if you don't get CeeDee Lamb involved, where's the offense going to come from? You don't have a running attack. Zeke Elliott is over the hill. You got two unproven running backs behind him. And I said the pressure is all on Dak Prescott to perform. That's too much. You got to be able to get that man a viable running back. You know, his tight end that he usually relies on was hurt, Ferguson. And plus, another thing we talked about, my pops hit on it too, and we talked about is the fact that the Cowboys should have known it was something funny was about to happen because they don't play noontime games in that building. They usually play at 3 o'clock or low in the nighttime spot. Is either the afternoon 3 o'clock spot or the nighttime spot they play. You know, the noon game threw all their biorhythm off. They didn't account for that, so they should have known something was about to happen. I knew something was going to happen. I just didn't anticipate it would be a blowout like what it was. The Saints will 40 burger these people. I knew they would beat them. I said I'd beat them by 7. I was being humble. But they tore them in 2. Actually, they broke them into 1,000,000 pieces. All right, so big ups to the fan. What's up, Trey? Big ups to you, man. Good to see you in the building as well. L-Dub says they need to remain healthy and humble. Don't get too cocky. Enjoy the win. Take it one game at a time. That is exactly the approach that needs to happen right here. Do not pay attention to the media, people. Just a week ago, everybody was picking against the Saints. We still are not done. This is 2 wins, even though they're very satisfying wins. I give you that. We still need to walk one game at a time. One game at a time, man. One game at a time. We haven't won anything in terms of championships or none of that. We need to stay focused and walk one game at a time. You know, Taylor, shout out to you. Good to see you. Who that daddy? Haven't seen a Cow fan since yesterday. I think they were witness protection program. All right. What's up, Clarence? How you doing, brother? Appreciate you. 504 Coach said Q, only thing worse than Cowboy fan is a Falcon fan. That's OG. All right. Big ups to the fam. Zach, how you doing, sir? Appreciate you as well. Christian, big up to you, man. All right. Good to see that. Brother Derek, how you doing, my brother? Good to Barkley running on the Falcons like Forrest Gump. Yeah, they're right now. Yeah, and that's the thing, man, too, man. I know we were we were kind of looking at it, but also, fam, listen, man, we have to remember, though, this is week, and of course, obviously, right, this is week number 2. And I'm just trying to get the Who Dat Nation people to stay focused because the media is going to start elevating you. You were bottom of the rankings. Now, all of a sudden, everybody want to catapult you. That's what they do. They don't have any brains. I ain't talking about our local guys. I'm talking about these people, these talking heads on these television screens like NFL and all these other people, these old popularity people, not the hardcore insiders and people that know better. I'm talking about these idiots that just run their mouth and go, those guys, their opinion, they win people. Wherever the wind push them, they go. We talking about these idiots because that means nothing. But remember, the Saints are doing something extraordinary. And what they're doing is they don't exhibit any rust factor. I've been saying that. I was like, usually customarily and traditionally, because, we're great think tank historians. We know our culture of our team. We know that the Saints are not exhibiting rust. Usually it takes 3 to 4 weeks for you to get a feel for what you're doing. Then you get to rolling. The Saints are coming out the gate smoking hot. Now, I do have a concern. If we don't stay focused, we need to, starting hot is one thing, but it's all about how you finish. You don't want to burn out. So we have to be able to stay focused and keep doing what we need to do. You get what I'm saying? So that's a steady grind of doing this, doing that, doing the best we can do, but staying focused, staying humble, and staying where we need to be. That's what it's about. Because we don't need to get too high too fast. We need to stay right here and just be organically smooth with our stuff. You get me? OG says, Q, they showed a video of the Cowboys fans and other teams going in AT&T Stadium by the entrance door. But yeah, they was coming up out of there, man. It was over with by halftime. A lot of people was leaving by halftime. I was seeing videos of Cowboy people leaving at halftime. Corey says Dennis Allen's kryptonite is a mobile quarterback. I hope he can handle it. I think he did, bro. We talked all about that, bro, all off season. And the reality is they fixed. We're going to see. But, I think they fixed the issue with that mobile quarterback threat. And that comes in the personage of Chase Young, Carl Granderson, and Willie Gay. That speed that you did not have on your defense in the front seven. That speed that you simply didn't have. Chase Young and Willie Gay changes it for the Saints defense. They speed the Saints defense up magnificently. I'm just going to keep it a buck with you. They are fast. And I think that was one of the great talking points that we were talking about during offseason about the speed of the Saints defense. Those two guys come in here and they cover up a lot of that. So we'll see what happens. It's a great test against Hurst when we see him. So we're going to see what time it is. All right, Christian, man, thank you for becoming Christian Hollins, sir. Appreciate you becoming a member of the channel. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Fuck too kind.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate you, man. Much love. All right. John says, so are DA and Carr still terrible? Okay, John, let me talk to you because, and listen, this is unlike any of these other talk shows, and no disrespect to any other people. This is the Great Saint Think Tank. Me personally, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. I really don't like dumb fans, and I'm not saying that you're a fan. Really, I hate the term fan. That's just me, because a fanatic is void of a logical thought process, and I really don't like that. I'm a logical person. That's why it's the Great Saint Think Tank. You might not know that, but DA and Dennis Allen and Carr are doing good. They're doing good. But I also caution the Great Saint Think Tank and the family members about people like you or others that think like you, who then tried to flip the script like Derek Carr and Dennis Allen are doing what they've been doing since last year when they're not. So you're not going to play that game. We're not going to play that here. Dennis Allen changed everything so he can get here. And what we were talking about was getting in him. People like you that don't believe in accountability and let them make it. You can't take credit for none of this shit. It was not, and people like that, period, don't take credit for nothing because they don't do shit about nothing. They just let it go. If people got to talk and step out on it and call it out, that's when change happens. Not people that sit up here riding along with the team. You got to call that shit out, man. That's the difference between us here and the rest of them people out there. We believe we're accountable people. We believe in the mantra of accountability. We are faithful to that before anything else. You have to be accountable to have success in any part of any. We ain't talking about football and life. If you operate and you have a family, if you don't have any accountability in your family, man, then you ain't got shit. I'm keeping it a buck. And Dennis Allen, I played press conferences where Dennis Allen said that they changed stuff up. He fired most of his offensive people last year and changed the offense so that you look like this now. That wasn't because of fanboys saying, oh, well, we need to just not saying anything about Dennis Allen. We call it out because it's a fact. He wasn't handling his job the last couple of years. He got that smoke. He changed all of that stuff in that offense. He brought in Clint Kubiak, and Clint Kubiak changed Derek Carr. And listen, this is not for you, but for people who think like you, who think you're going to get credit for what Carr and Dennis Allen doing when it's not you, it's people like me. Let me play something for you. Let me find an interview for you guys to make y'all understand. I hope you get this. And people out there that these fanboys that love Derek Carr, it's cool to like somebody. But let me give you a word of advice. If guys stink and they're stinking, you call them out. If you really like somebody, you don't let them stink. You check them so they can do better. Let me pull up this interview. I just played this the other day, and I guarantee it got over most of these people's head. This is how the great Saint Think Tank represent. Listen to what Derek Carr himself said. This is what Derek Carr himself said the other day on John Gruden on what he needed to do better to improve his game here in New Orleans because of what the pressure was on, because he was underachieving. Listen to what he himself said that he needed to change about his game. Listen to this.
Yeah, this offseason, I really just went back through my process and I said, okay, we won 9 games and 9 is just not good enough. And so where in my process, for our team, can I be better? Because if I'm better, it helps the team be better. And, there were some things that I saw on film with my feet. There were some things. So training that footwork, getting my base, my balance right, my platform, all that kind of stuff that we would talk about, just getting that back how it should be, being more in tune to that. And then strength and conditioning wise, I ran like a madman. I was like, I got to be the best in shape player that I could be, so that I can, run for a 15-yard first down and then call the next play like it's nothing and do it again. And that was another thing. And then I went back to some of my strength, stuff that I was doing in college. And I got back to, some heavier squats, which, is not everybody's favorite thing, but I just went back to it because I was like, man, I the injuries and all that kind of stuff. I was like, I got to be out there. I got to be healthy. And so, and I hit PRs on my squat. I hit PRs, wow. on some different things. And so I just really tried to go back to that college mindset, chip on my shoulder, to go earn it again. And so, yeah, this offseason, I really just went back through my process and I said, okay, we won 9 games and 9 is just not good enough. And so where in my process, for our team, can I be better? Because if I'm better, it helps the team be better. And, there were some things that I saw on film with my feet. There were some things. So training that footwork, getting my base, my balance right, my platform, all that kind of stuff that we would talk about, just getting that back.
Okay. Now, did you get that? Or did this is what it is, man. He went through the tape and it wasn't just that. He said he got even more intricate in other interviews where he talked about what he's seen on the tape. And even Clint Kubiak and Andrew Janoko in prior interviews talked about Derek Carr's footwork not being proper. Need to speed him up. He's playing slow. Needed to speed him up. And it was also the fact that he was staring people down. So as a person who studies film, I don't know if any of you guys study film, but we do all 22 over here at the Sports Coma. This is the Great Saint Think Tank. I do research. When I was looking at and studying all 22, all of the games, because we did them all, they're up on our Patreon channel. Derek Carr was staring people down. He wasn't progressing. He wasn't going through his full progression plate. He wasn't playing as good as he was supposed to. And that's what Derek Carr himself is saying in several interviews, including this, that he had to do better. He didn't like his footwork, and also the fact that he was not progressing through his plate. He wasn't seeing and reading all of the options. He wasn't doing what he was supposed to do. He changed that this year with the help of Andrew Janoko. He even in this video talked about doubling up his reps by using JT, he calls him, which is one of the assistant coaches that he called out so they can run reps. And he doubled his reps with this system. He didn't do that last year. And that was due to the fact that the people put pressure on him, because pressure is what you're supposed to put on people, friend. You're not supposed to be fanboying these people. Now you don't pay to be a fanboy. But you see how the Great Saint Think Tank work? Well, I had to break out the interviews and show you what they're saying. They are doing better because the man seen what he needed to do. He improved upon it. His coaches proved upon it. And he went from there. And that is what you're seeing. So Carr is getting the results because he's putting in the work. He's seen his mistakes. He's fixed his mistakes. And Dennis Allen gets credit because he changed what was wrong last year because of pressure from the family base, not people sitting up on their ass, placating and waving and cheering without any words of saying, hold on, something wrong here. Something wrong here. Something wrong here. Hey, man, this ain't right. What are we doing here? Not Jim. You don't get the credit for that. And I was telling the family members in the Great Saint think tank, man, listen, check these fools. You know, there's no disrespect to you, man. I'm talking about people like that, think like that, like, hey, now Derek Carr, you wasn't even in here. But when Derek Carr was messing up and Dennis Allen was stinking, these people were noticeably absent. It wasn't in here, but when Derek Carr starts to play better, they pop up. Derek Carr, I told you. And I just showed your ass right there with Derek Carr with his own words saying, man, hey, man, I needed to do better. My footwork wasn't right. Andrew Janocka was saying about how his speed and all that, and Clint Kubiak and all that. You can go listen to the interviews. We play them here on this channel. We play all the interviews here, Playboy. We dissect it over here. We not fanboys. We supporters of the team with brains. That's how we operate at the Great Saint Think Tank. That's the difference between us and a lot of people, man. We don't do all of that, man. They get the credit because they're operating in a position what they were supposed to do. They're doing successful things. They're getting successful results. They made the changes they were supposed to make because of the pressure from people like me and you and others who were saying, hey, man, this is not going to work. We're not paying you all of this money. And we saying in terms of giving money to the team, to the building of the buildings, because like they do, we give almost $1 billion to the Saints to renovate the Superdome, and they don't get a people nothing back. They don't pay rent on the dome. They don't pay rent on the arena. You pay for their utilities. You pay for everything. And the least I'm asking you to do is to win some effing games, and you can't do it. Dude, no, this is not that age no more. This is not 1985 or even 1995. You gonna earn it. That's what we about over here. You gonna earn all of it. And that's what it is. All right. So, hey, fam, don't let them make it with that. Oh, hey, Derek Carr. What about Derek Carr? Derek Carr looks good because Derek Carr put in the work to look good. He put in the work. The man, he earned it. He went there and he put in the work. He did double reps. He stepped it up. He got better with his regimen. He's not the same quarterback he was from last year because he's doing double of the work, double the preparation. That's why he looks better. He said it just now. I wonder if they're going to hear that, and will that get in here? You know, will that get in here? What y'all think? Will you think that'll get in there? You see what I'm saying? You got to earn it, people. You got to earn it. If you don't I don't want to hear the excuses. If you're getting failure results, it's because your process is failure. Can we talk for a second? Can we be real? Can we talk about success in life? And not just football, but in success in life, you have to be accountable. If you have a relationship with somebody, there has to be accountability, or he or she will walk all over you. You got to have respect. And respect is something that is earned. It is not given. You have to earn respect by showing people that you are a person that's of reputable character and somebody that can be counted on, and not somebody devious, evil, backstabbing, and disgusting. You don't get no respect for that. You get what I'm saying? That shit's earned, man. You can't go to the store and buy that. So accountability, attention to detail, these are things that we were saying when Dennis Allen was in there ripping up his locker room last year. No comments from none of them people then. It's mighty funny here in the Great Saint Think Tank, because really I'm not the dude to play with like that, bro. I'm seriously, bro. I'll pull out clips on your ass. We done covered all this, bro. This is what I do, been doing it. Longest running #1 independent deal right here. This is your boy, the Great Saint Think Tank. We in this joint. So I ain't the one to play with like that, bro. Seriously. All right. So big ups to Prime. He says, make my 7 and 10 prediction wrong. New playbook. Thank you, Prime. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Fuck too kind.
Yeah, we give credit when credit's due, bro. We don't give unearned credit, bro. But that's a subsidy, bro. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in subsidies. You earn it. You got to earn it, man. So whatever this, like in the country, there's a reparations movement going on. People saying, hey, this, that, and the third. If anybody else is getting reparations, if Native Americans got them and this other person got them, there's already precedent set. And if there's a valid claim, then yeah, you give them to them. Look what's going on right now in the nation with people upset about that. You can't throw somebody else ahead of the line and they don't even belong here. Get out of here. What you talking about? Stuff is earned, man. It's earned. Whether you put in blood, sweat, and tears or what happened to people, people come back. Our Asian community, they got repaired. I know I got many good friends of mine I went to school with. I'm super cool with the Vietnamese community. They tell me a lot. I know a lot of stuff, but stuff is earned, man. Stuff is earned. You gotta earn it. You gotta know your history, and you gotta stand on something, or people gonna push you all around. You gotta know what time it is. That's how we know about the Saints. That's why we real deal with what we know. And I'm fair. I'm very fair. I'm fairer than most. I'm gonna be honest with you. But I am not going to give credit to somebody who don't deserve credit. I'm going, or you got to earn it. And Derek Carr earned it. He came in here, the man showing out because he put the work in. This is not the same Derek Carr that was last year. It's not. Derek Carr just told you that he went and did double the reps. He'd been working his ass off. He'd been studying extra hard. That's the he after realizing that what he was doing last year, he was talking about himself. He wasn't talking about just the team. He said, man, it's on me. So he took accountability and started working on himself and started working with the coaches, and he became better. That's what that is, man. I can't give this guy deserves credit, and Dennis Allen does deserve credit because he made the changes. He made the changes, and you give him credit for that. But you can't muddle the past and the present like it's the same. No, brother, you can go ahead on with that. We too smart for that shit here. That might work on somebody else. That ain't gonna work here. All right, big ups, man. All right. Jamaica says, Big Q, I just said that he was eating out. Yeah. Big ups to you. T says, how we showed up in Dallas is why they getting it right. We deserve he said, deserve there. All we, the Who Dat Nation, are too loyal. Okay. Yeah, indeed, bro. Sometimes to a fault. And that's much of our history. Like it was 20 something years, I want to say, before the Saints got their first playoffs. 20 years of bad football. So I don't know who goes through that, the loyalty, but at some point people got pissed off and stopped supporting the team. And the team then got serious and started making changes. It was the same thing happened with Tom Benson. That's when he was pressing on to get a new stadium and all this. And people like, man, what you talking about? This team is terrible. They were telling him to take that team, get his ass up out of here. That was before Katrina hit. You got to be in a position of power. You have to be putting in work and being accountable. You can't be demanding something and you're losing. You're on the wrong side of energy. You're not going to get anything that way. I'm just keeping it real, fam. It's just what it is. But like I said, man, I'm way too wise and smart here, man, to play games with people. Like, hey, man, that fanboy shit don't work over here, Playboy. I'm not really interested in that, man. I like to talk to people who got their stuff together. That's why I like talking to the Great Saint Think Tank and a lot of the Who Dat Nation. I don't want to talk to somebody who don't understand, how when it's a line to support the team, when you're supposed to walk up to the line and you say, hey, man, listen, we're not going to be giving you the support unless you start showing and proving. Ain't this what it is? This ain't back in the day, man. This is a different era, man. It's a different energy. People not playing that no more. We're not going for that. We know the difference is they know their power. We know our power. We know you need the money from us to be functioning. So you're going to have to represent with a respectable product. And they're doing that. So credit for them to do that. But it's only 2 weeks still in all, fam. It's 2 weeks. And remember, 2 weeks in the NFL season and blanking and destroying the Cowboys like that is very gratifying. It is very awesome. Listen, I love it. It's fun. But at the end of the day, it's just 2 games. We're only going into week number 3. And a lot of these teams that we're going to play are going to be getting a little bit more difficult because as the games mount, even though our team doesn't appear to be rusty, their teams are rusty. Their teams are showing rust. That's why I was saying at the start of the broadcast is that we have a rust factor. We got a rust. There's a rust factor, right? 3 to 4 weeks to knock the rust off. The Saints don't have any rust factor. They're coming out the gate like they were playing a month worth of regular season games. And everybody else is still going through their rust factors. They're still going through their rustiness right now. So my concern going forward is I like what we're seeing. I just don't want to be too hot and we burn out. You get what I'm saying? Let's make sure we take it one step at a time. You don't want to, fire off too fast and then you kind of sizzle out. You get what I'm saying? And then the media people, they'll hoist you up because they need stories to talk about. And then when you fall, they create a scenario that they'll hoist you up and then tear you down or try to tear you down. So I'm not even going for that. All right. So anyway, what's up, Joe? Shout out to you, Kathleen. Big ups to you, Jermaine. Shout out to you, Skate. Lay it down. Facts cause does look. It's different. They're not going to tell you that. People ain't going to say, well, it's Carr. They're not going to make the differentiation between Carr of last year and Carr of this year. That's why this is the Great Saint Think Tank. That's a sport. We different here. These are higher IQ people, and I'm not disrespecting the other people. I'm saying if you're a smart person who likes to talk football, Saint football smartly, you're welcome. But we don't need no fanboy people that just like, oh, Derek Carr this. They got some idiot online. That's all you want to talk about is Derek Carr this, Derek Carr that. No criticism of when Carr staring down people, none of that. That's what he earned last year. You can't run away from the film or tape. Oh, they hating on Carr. No, watch the tape. These people don't watch no tape. They don't look at nothing. They just either they bots or they incredibly ignorant. And I really don't have the patience. I just start tearing your ass up in front of people. I really don't. I'll be cool at first, and then I just start knocking you off, and then I just have my mods to take shots at you until you're out of here. I'm just gonna be real. Family know I've been on here for a long time, man. So I just that's what I do. I got a lot of my family members. They got, they got them things pointed in here. And they say, Q, just let me know, man. I get them up out of here for you, Q. Yeah, I gotta give you a chance. But then I start taking you up out of here. I ain't gonna I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not interested. But anyway. All right, big ups to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Kai says victory Monday in full effect. What's good, Big Q? Shout out to you, my brother. Appreciate you. Atkins says, Q, you gonna get back on him if he has an off night or drops? No, bro. Listen, bro. I'm fair. Y'all listening wrong. I don't know if y'all are rap. You know how many shows I done profound over the many years. I'm fair. I'm not going to say, see, Carr stinks. No, because I'm watching his progress. I'm listening and watching Derek Carr's progress. I know Derek Carr is going to do better this year because I'm watching what he's doing. He's saying stuff, and then you see it is translating on the field of play. So he's going to have a couple of bad games. We know that's coming. So just because he has a couple of bad games don't mean Derek Carr is regressed. He really putting the work in. Andrew Janoku's not going to lie for him, and neither is Clint Kubiak. They're not going to lie for him, And if they can't get Derek Carr where they need him to be, they're going to move to somebody that can, because they're not going to allow that to stop them from winning this season. They're going to try to win as best they can. So I don't think they'll lie for Carr, and I really do think Carr is doing his absolute best. Last year, he came in here with a lot of word salad and it wasn't translating. You look at the film, and I look at film. Remember, film tells you everything. And he has to keep doing this because he has a lot of habits from years past that he's attempting to try to break. That's why he's doing this stuff to try to break the habits, because he's trying to fit into what Clint Kubiak's system is, which is a certain pace. And I think Derek Carr likes the system because it is less pressure on him to think as much as he wants. Because that's another thing that he talked about in a prior interview, is that it's a very easy system on him mentally. He don't have to account for everything. You see what I'm saying? Because the running attack is the prominent mover of the ball, and Derek is a complement to that, and he's very comfortable at that. I've often said that Derek Carr is an excellent play action quarterback. He's one of the best play action quarterbacks that's in the league. And you see him in play action in the last several games of the season. You see him in play action in a curve. He loves it. He's really solid. That's why I coined the term play action Carr. We won't play action Carr. You're seeing play action Carr. He's really comfortable at that. So yeah, I'm not going to tear the man up, man. It's a long season. That's when I said, when I started the season, I was like, listen, Dennis Allen, I'm going to lay off Dennis Allen because I like what he did. We were saying everything that Dennis Allen should do over the last couple of years. Fam, don't you realize it? Put one in the chat for my family members that know that we've been saying that. Everything from changing the offense, accountability, attention to detail, stuff that we didn't have. I was saying that all for the last 2 years. Ask the family members. You might not have heard it. Put one in the chat, fam. We've been talking about this for the last 2 years. And don't you know the man did everything we said, even use our terminology to the T. And I kept saying, listen, if we want success, and this before the season started, we needed to get play action Carr. We needed to run the football and have Carr as a complement to the running attack. And that is happening in the first 2 games of the year. You're seeing a lot of success from the offense. Don't forget the running attack. The running attack had 180 yards in week 1, and they had 190 yards in week 2. When you're putting up almost 200 yards rushing, fam, and running the ball, you in your play action bag, and you see what Derek Carr looks like. Now, he did have a pick. He kind of led Chris Olave a little bit too far, but you're going to make mistakes. But overall, the effort is there. You can live with the effort. Like the man playing, he out there playing his ass off. You see what he's doing. So no, I'm going to be patient with these guys because they're doing what we ask them to do finally. So it's all good, bro. Don't worry about it. All right. I know y'all love Derek Carr, man. And I listen, bro, I'm with my team, bro. I'm a team guy, man. Carr is doing what he's supposed to do. And if he gonna have a few bad games. It's just a part of the business, man. We just gonna see how it all plays out. You know, at the end of the day, we just need to get a certain amount of wins to get to the playoffs. That's what I'm more concerned about. I'm not concerned about us going undefeated. I'm serious because we'll see. All right. David says, Penning looks like he got hypnotized into thinking he's confidence, bro. He bent what's that defensive lineman over? He bent him, like folded him like a lawn chair, clothesline tackle. So I don't know what it was, but I don't know if it was a clothesline or he just grabbed him and just turned him with his left arm, and it's almost like that big defensive lineman didn't have any speed. And I was like, damn, Penning that strong to turn him over like that. But yeah, Penning's doing really well because you're running the ball. That's the whole point. Saints are running the ball. It builds confidence in our young offensive linemen. That was the idea. You got to run the ball. That builds confidence. It builds confidence. It builds confidence. So it is what it is. All right. So anyway, let's keep it going. Mick says, it seems like Hurts can only make plays with his legs. He will do that. He will take off on you. All right. Gundam says, yeah, I was very impressed with Penning. Kid definitely has a mean, nasty side. They both do, him and Fuaga. They both are really good like that. Charlie Dog says, what's good, fam? Shout out to you. All right. Robert says, yeah, I don't want to be cute. Yeah, let me know. Yeah. That's a part of the game, bro. The brother Don says they're not asking much of Carr. He has 39 pass attempts in 2 games. Last year, 35 in 1 game. This system makes Purdy looks good indeed. That's the point, is what I was saying with Derek Carr. It just plays within the system. Let Alvin Kamara and Taysom cook, and then he complements it. He has weapons all over the place. The way Clint Kubiak is using it takes a lot of pressure off of Derek Carr. And like I said, he's done a wonderful job. We just need to keep it going. T says, yeah, like last year, he comes out of the game late in the 4th quarter, like his shoulder dislocated, then the starting lineup on Sunday. A lot of things, too, about Derek Carr last year. Like a lot of people was bashing Carr down. I was the one that was saying that people were saying, hey, man, Q, Derek Carr's faking injuries. I was the one saying, no, Derek Carr's not faking injuries. I think he's hurt. When the Saints were lying about injuries, see, these people never call out the fact that the Saints be lying. When they were lying about injuries, about Derek Carr having busted ribs, we were here saying that, man, that guy got busted ribs. He got busted ribs. You see how he this, that, and the third. He had a tore up shoulder, busted ribs. He was doped up on painkillers. I was the one saying he was doing Derek Carr wrong because he was shooting him up with dope. His eyes was bucking. He didn't know what planet he was on. The ball was sailing. He was trying to start the game off ripping the ball because he didn't have no feeling in his arm, no feeling in his back. They did him dirty and wrong. I was saying that. So I don't understand how people give me Q to charge for being a Derek Carr basher or a vandalizer. Pun intended. Like I was the one taking up for Carr, saying he was hurt and he should have been in there, and the Saints did him wrong. See how people think? These people not listening to these shows, fam. They're not listening. They don't listen. I remember this stuff because I'm the guy. Look at all the ones in the chat. Look at the ones. I'm fair, man. I'm a fair guy. What's up, Collinator? What's up, man? Where you been, man? You all right, man? Good to see Collinator in here, man. Shout out to all of the queens. What's up, baby? What's up? There you go, Kay. How you doing? Good to see you, brother Tori. How you doing, sir? All right, good luck. What's up, Beverly? Shout out to you. Good. What's up, Lori? Shout out to all my peoples in the building, man. Good to see y'all, man. Big ups. What's up, brother Hoffa? Yeah, brother Hoffa's brother is brother Hoffa is related to Herb Jones. Just for you. All right, what's up, Jamie? Shout out to you, man. Yeah, I know some of these guys love Carr, man. I'm not really like on that, bro. I'm not really, I respect people. I respect them, but I still respect them enough to give them a fair critique. I'm not going to just see you and then say, hey, man, and don't say nothing about what you could be doing. Like what Ryan Ramczyk, when Ryan Ramczyk was balling, I had all the praise in the world for Ryan up and then Ramczyk started having these issues. And I'm like, man, something wrong here, because the Saints didn't tell you all that. They didn't tell you about Ramczyk's knee. All that happened later on, and it got to a point where it became noticeable where they didn't have to tell you. See, I account for all of that. And I just be telling people, hey, man, I catch these people lying all the time, fam. I really do. This my squad. People like, you don't like the Saints. Man, what? Because I don't lie on their side. I go on theirs. Man, wherever the truth falls, I'm there. I'm on the truth side, fam. If it fall for the Saints or against the Saints, I'm going to keep it real regardless. If you don't like that, go listen to ESPN. They got all that commercial shit that they can read off a teleprompter to you. There ain't no teleprompters here. Everything you hear is coming straight from yours truly, right out the head. That means the facts, stats, all of the history of it, everything that I'm saying right now is coming straight from me, live direct to you. There's no teleprompter here. It's real deal TV, whatever you want to call it. Uncle Who That says, Q, I'm a little torn. I hate these dirty birds and I want them to lose, but I don't want the Eagles to win. We played them Sunday. Hell with it. He says he's hashtag down with the dirty birds. Hashtag Who That. It's going to be a good test for both teams, man. It's going to be a good test. Kai says, oh, Tito Jackson passed away. Wow, man. What's going on? Frankie Beverly. Is that right? Tito Jackson, Frankie Beverly. Who else? Frankie Beverly, Earl, the brother Earl, voice of Darth Vader, he passed. Man, we got some people getting up out, they transitioning, man. Wow, man. Yeah, All right, Pam says, Q, you definitely said Carr was. Yeah, I was saying that people got your boy Q like he a car basher. I'm like, dude, I protected Carr. I was like, man, Carr is hurt. And ain't nothing wrong with Carr. I'm like, dog, Carr is hurt out there, bro. Look at his eyes bucking. Like it was the play. I knew something was wrong. It was the Detroit play. And I often talk about this play because it's the weirdest play I've ever seen, where Derek Carr gets the ball poked out of his hands at the line of scrimmage because you had Hurst that was pulling across the left and he was pulling toward the right because the play was a toss sweep toward Alvin Kamara. And it involved Derek Carr hasn't been pulled to the right, get to the toss point, and then release the ball to Alvin Kamara, right? Well, Hurst pulls to the opposite side in front of him because that's how the play was designed. And Hurst's finger pokes the ball out of Derek Carr's hand. When he comes from up on the center, he loosely has the ball, and Hurst pokes it inadvertently out of his hands. Well, Derek Carr didn't feel the ball, not in his hands. I can't explain it because it's something you're supposed to be aware of. But he didn't realize he didn't have the ball until he gets to the point where he's supposed to toss it to Alvin Kamara. The moment he gets to the toss point, he looks at his hands and then like, where's the ball? And then he points, the ball is up under the center and he's moved 5 yards away from where the center is and where the ball is. And then he points to it. I was like, what? It was like watching a glitch in the Matrix. Like that's not supposed to happen, but it did. And it was one of the weirdest plays. That man he was out of his mind. He was pumped up. And then later on in the offseason, Derek Carr told you everything. That's one thing he will tell you. He said, man, I was taking shots. I was getting a shot in here. I was getting a shot in here. I was getting a shot in here and here. And he did that 4 times, like he was getting 4 shots on both sides, plus the shot in the shoulder. It was doping him up, shooting him up. His eyes was bucking. So I remember the guy like, man, this dude don't even know what planet he's on. And I got mad and I was lambasting Dennis Allen and Mickey Loomis and all them dudes for doing that to him. They didn't have to put him out there like that. And then he talked about how he couldn't even lift his arms. He couldn't even throw the ball without getting painkiller shot so he can throw the football. Because when the season was over with, he couldn't do nothing. It took months for him to heal before he could throw a ball. He said that out of his own mouth. And I said, see, I told y'all, man, I know what I'm talking about. The people they're not going to keep the Saints on goal. They don't want that. They just want you to shut up. Not the Saints. They don't want you. They just want you to be a fan. Just give us the money. And if we fail and we funk it, if we win, we win. If we fail, then we good. Whatever. Just keep giving me the money. No, we ain't doing that. We're going to split this up. We're going to put some pressure on you. You're going to give a better product. You're going to give a damn. And they don't like that because that pulls power away. And people don't like to give up no power. That's how they stay in power. But you take the power away because the power really is you. They don't hold shit. You have all the power. They only rich because you collectively giving them the money. Just like we could pick anybody in the chat and say, hey, we won't make that person a millionaire, and then proceed to give them money. You would come up overnight. You see what I'm saying? You collectively choose to give them your money collectively, and that's how they become rich. But what if you didn't? See, the control is with you. That's what I teach you. That's what I always promote to the family members, the great Saint think tank. You're the power. Often, that's one of my key messages. All right, Don says the offensive line run like linebackers. I seen Ruiz running, man. I was very proud of Ruiz. Ruiz was another dude I was like challenging this year. Like, man, Ruiz, you got to step it up, bro. He was really solid. I seen him running down the field with Alvin Kamara on that run play, on that screen. He was down there, him and the wide receiver, number 84. What's my guy? Tipton, Mason Tipton. Mason was down there to him, and Mason kind of put in the, the block to kind of, the guy wasn't going to get to him anyway, but it was good. Akman says, keys to the city for Clint Kubiak and one key for Derek Carr. Shout out. Like I said, man, they're doing a wonderful job, man. Hard work pays off, man. And see, a part of the game too was you have accountability in the offensive room with Clint Kubiak in detail-centered person who knows his personnel and getting the most out of them. The offense is a well-tailored suit. The biggest thing that surprises me about the Saints win over the Dallas Cowboys is they don't exhibit any rust factor. That to me shows in the last 2 weeks that they've been beating these teams. This is not luck. People say they're just getting lucky. No, this is not luck, fam. Don't listen to people telling you the Saints are lucky. No, this is execution. The Saints are executing because the offense is perfectly designed for them, because Clint Kubiak has a system where he's obviously offensively gifted in terms of how he mixes in personnel. And when you have mismatched nightmares, that's guys that are hard to stop, that you have to plan for one or you have to plan for two. When we did the stream all last week about the Cowboys, I bring the brother in to talk about the Cowboys. Y'all and family members say, Q, you know we're going to win, huh? You knew. And after the post game yesterday, you said, Q, you knew we were going to say, yeah, I knew we were going to win. I just didn't know we were going to blow them out, but I knew we were going to win because I had a feeling in my spirit. And I said to y'all, I said, family, I think we're going to win this game. We're going to win this game. I told the family that on Saturday night, the Saturday night stream. What's the Saturday night? Yeah, it was a Saturday night stream when I came back and we did the reaction for the John Gruden video, the John Gruden video that I just played. We did the reaction for that. But, I was saying in my, I was like, family, we're going to win this game, because I knew instinctually that the Cowboys had no answer for Alvin Kamara. That's why I told Rome when he was here, I told the brother, and I was telling the family members all week, you can't stop that. I said it Saturday. I was like, family, they don't have Derek Carr. I told them Derek Carr is the worst of this, the least of your worries. That's what I told them. And I was telling them that the whole week. I said, you have to stop Alvin Kamara. You have to stop Taysom Hill. You have to stop our running attack. And I knew they couldn't stop one of them dudes. It's hard as hell to stop Alvin Kamara running in that horizontal system where they're not blocking the players. They're going to a spot, stop, and block. Close it off, then guys get behind them. This is John Benton talking. He explained that when the first interview we had with John Benton, he said, listen, we're teaching you to beat them to a spot and block. That's what he was saying. And I was like, yeah, because when you go and watch the film on the system, the 49ers system, you can watch their offensive. That's why he talked about having big physical offensive linemen, because the offensive lineman has to get to a spot and stop and block and close off. That's what Benton was talking about. And then you go and watch the film. We're going to show it on Patreon tomorrow, matter of fact, for the family members, the all 22, where you could see what Benton was talking about. And that's exactly what the Saints were doing. They were getting to spots on the field, stop, block, cut off, so that guys can get around there. And they got the system together all too good. And that's the thing. They're executing. So none of this is luck. This is them executing the scheme. What's really interesting is the fact that how crisp they are at doing it 2 games into the regular season. So well that they're not showing any rust at all. Or if they're showing rust, it's so minuscule we don't even notice it. They almost scored on every drive except later on when they finally stopped. They had a later on in the third quarter, late in the third, I think, or in the fourth, when they had the interception. I think that was the only time the first drive in which the Saints wasn't kind of, you know what I'm saying, in terms where it was pressing, they had to pick. Then the defense comes back, get the interception, and then they do their thing. But they were kind of dialing off the gas. The Saints do this thing when they get up to a point, then they dial off the gas. They don't mash on the pedal. They dial off it, and then you see the lead kind of stay where it is. Like they only scored 3 in the fourth quarter. They dial back off the gas. So yeah, that's the biggest thing that I've noticed, fam, from the offenses. They exhibit zero rust factor. That is, to me, that's astounding. But it's not luck. The film shows that it's not luck. They're getting where they're supposed to be, and they're blocking, they're shutting it off, and the system is fitting them exactly to the T. Even to the point where you watch Adam Prentice. Adam Prentice is a whole nother fullback. This is not the Adam Prentice that we've been having here over the last several years. This is a different Adam Prentice. Don't y'all see how Adam Prentice looks when he comes in there as a blocker? He's actually blocking better than I've ever seen him do before. Adam Prentice is blocking better than I've ever seen him before. So I gotta call it out, fam. It's awesome. I hear says, Q, you called him out for starting Carr. Bucks home game last year. We all did. Yeah, man. You got it, bro. The Saints don't do all this stuff. You got to call your team out, bro. I know you love your club. We all love our club. But listen, when they do wrong, you got to call them out. Like when they did that shit with that whole thing with the Catholic Church, man, I was blasting them people for that. Most of them other people won't even touch that, man. How you gonna just talk about that? You don't talk. We're gonna pretend like that don't exist. I was busting their ass for that, man. I don't play with them on that. Because I'm not going to attach, like if you ride with the Who That Nature, you going to ride right or don't ride at all, bro. That's how I do it. You going to ride right or not ride, because that's not accountability. If you screwing up, and I'm riding with you all the way on good, but I can't correct you when you're screwing up, man, that ain't real, man. We don't do that. Paramount says, Q, they've been working on this offense from day one. They look like we are going into week 9. It's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, there's no rust factor. That's the thing that kills me about this. It's like it's off the chain. Look at the numbers. Like 100. The Carolina Panthers game yesterday was ridiculous. I mean, not Carolina Panthers. I called it. See, that was Freudian. I slipped up and called the Cowboys the Carolina Panthers, and the Cowboys were saying, "You ain't gonna 40 burger us." They said that. The man said that. The guy said that. The brother said that. Oh, the Saints ain't gonna 40 burger us. We gonna 40 burger you. That's what the dude said. I said, you gonna 40 burger who? Okay. That's what we did. We turned them over and we 40 burgered them. That's what happens. All right, Collinator says Kubiak scored 40 burgers back to back, has instilled confidence in the entire offense. He does. He's feeling himself also. I don't know if he's feeling himself, bro, because that's dude there knows. He said this in the interview, and I know Clint Kubiak is grounded. He's a young dude, but he got old man wisdom. He said, man, when they asked him, man, in week 1, when the Saints beat the Carolina Panthers, and I keep saying Cowboys because I'm seeing Freudian slips, like Panthers and the Cowboys the same, right? Because we basically did them the same way. They were supposed to be better, but we Carolina Panthered the Cowboys, pretty much, right? But anyway, the thing is, like, we talked about, like, man, listen, man. What Clint Kubiak said after the big win over Carolina in week 1, he said, man, how you feel? That was a really big win. He says, you know what? He said, and we played it on the stream. He says, listen, man, we know those things, they only last for a certain period of time. People going to give you credit for a certain period of time, and then it's on to the next thing. That's what he said. And I stopped it. I said, you heard what he said? I said, that is exactly right. He said, that's only good for a certain period of time, and it's on to the next one. I said, you know how long that takes? 1 week, because that's exactly the amount of time that it takes to go from one game to another. Clint Kubiak said that. He said, we don't get all up into that. He said, because, we understand what it is, and it's such and such, and we get, we have to, keep perspective, all that kind of stuff. So the credit he got last week when they beat the Carolina Panthers, he was already, that's good, but it only lasts, that stuff lasts for a certain period of time, and then we on to the next thing, because people only going to give you credit for that for a certain period of time. And when he said that, let me know that man understand to stay grounded, because we really haven't won anything. We beat the Cowboys and the Panthers. We're 2-0, but 2-0, that's a long way from playoffs. We got to add to it. I know we're going to fall down a little bit and skin our knees and all that kind of stuff. I'm good. I'm good, man. I'm good. All right. 504 says Q, we've been honest. AK is more talented to McCaffrey. I've been saying that, to me, no disrespect to Christian McCaffrey, I've been saying that Alvin Kamara, to me, if put into the system, his numbers would either mirror what McCaffrey did in San Fran last year, or surpass it. And he's motivated this year because of the fact that he didn't get the contract. So he's playing in a contract year, which is even more of a positive insofar as him as a motivating factor to just have the best year. Elvin did a lot of things for the Saints, but he never got 1,000 yards rushing in the season. He's determined to get that and then some this year. So him having 115 yards with 3 touchdowns, one catch and 3 rushing, and he's well on his way. He's well on his way. All right. What's up, Richard? Shout out to you, brother. Good to see you, man. Appreciate you. My brother Wallace said Atlanta cannot score. Mick says, yeah, I'm looking at that too, man. Right now, Carolina. I keep saying Carolina. Philadelphia up 7-6 right before halftime. Yeah, it's not looking good, man. They both look like they're struggling, man. And the reason why they look like that, because you seeing rust on them, aren't they? Don't they look rusty? You see they're not. It takes teams 3 to 4 weeks for you to be able to start catching the rhythm. So we looking at them saying, hey, garbage. Don't do that, fam. Right now, you're fortunate that your team is not exhibiting any rust, but right now, these are what they're supposed to look like. Normally, we know that they are rusty, trying to figure out what they need to do. It takes 3 to 4 weeks. That's why I was saying early on that the Saints could beat some of these teams, because they're going to be rusty, early on. But as the year builds, we got to keep this going. When teams start identifying what they are, a team that looks like what they are at the start of the year could look different to the middle to later on in the year. Some people catch fire later on. A team to watch out for is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're moving through the NFL with no pressure at all. Pay attention to Tampa Bay. I'm not going to disrespect Atlanta and say they fool's gold, but we need to focus on Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is a team that ain't getting no pressure. This is a team that won the NFC South 3 years in a row, and they're getting zero pressure insofar as they're going to win or with this type of stuff. They don't have any pressure on them. Nobody's looking at them, and they're flying below the radar. Watch out for Tampa Bay. Just dropping a little game. I've been watching them on the slick, been looking at the side, say, oh, I see what y'all trying to do, trying to avoid that pressure. They're letting Atlanta carry all of it, because Atlanta got a fat mouth. They're running around. We signed this person. We signed that person. We got the best. We Justin Simmons. All right, okay. Y'all, right now you're 0-1. Potentially, you could be 0-2. They got some tough games, man, and a lot of pressure on them. A lot of pressure is on the Atlanta Falcons. Everybody picking them. Their whole little squad is on them. It's a lot of pressure. And Tampa Bay just saying, okay, they're just flying just like that. Watch out for Tampa. Hemisphere says, Q, the struggling was not on the talent, it was on our poor coaching. Yes, sir. The Saints got the talent to win games with. Now they got good coaching. That's the difference this year. Indeed, bro. This is what we were saying. We always had the talent. It was always had the talent. It was what you do with the talent that you have, decide what kind of successful outcome you're going to have or not. And that's what we always been stirring on. And we finally got the right people. So, all right. What's up, Charles? Thank you, bro. Appreciate you being here. Who that to your fam? Appreciate you. Yeah, it's 7-6 at halftime, Philly's way. So we'll see. All right. Christian says, Michael Irvin said last week he prefers Zeke over 8. Oh, crazy. That guy. Don't believe Michael Irvin is insane, man. Wasn't he used to do cocaine back in the day? Michael Irvin is a kind of a weird dude too. He did a lot of real suspect stuff over the years. I don't think his mind is all there, man. Michael Irvin is really suspect and weird to me. I'm just gonna keep it honest. I never liked Michael Irvin. I'm gonna just be honest. His energy is weird to me. Y'all feel that too? Did y'all get that from Michael Irvin? It's kind of his energy's off. It's weird. He kind of throws you off. I'm like, I don't know. I think something wrong there. Cool Sports says, plus the Eagles don't have A.J. Brown tonight, so that hurts their offense. Q. All right. Thank you, Cool Sports. Much love, man. Appreciate you. All right, Brother Gundam says this feels like the Saints 2018 season. I think we can get to the NFC Championship. Keep running the ball, bro. That offensive system the Saints are running is working to perfection. We got the talent there, and the offense is opening up holes. It's not just Elvin's, his spectacular stuff. It's Taysom as well. Rashid Shaheed, how the Saints are utilizing the Chris Olave got going in the game. Juwan Johnson. Man, listen, we often give credit to our mismatch nightmares. Y'all know who they are. But I told a brother, hey, man, listen, underneath, you got to watch out for the secondary guys. They'll kill you too. Look, we giving credit to all these guys, but don't forget to give credit to Foster Monroe and Juwan Johnson. Foster Monroe and Juwan Johnson have been handling their business at the tight end. I am so impressed with my tight ends, man. I got to give it to them like we give a lot of guys credit, and rightfully so. You got to give Derek Carr credit. You got to give the running attack. You got to give Clint Kubiak credit. You got to give Dennis Allen credit for hiring him. But listen, at the end of the day, I don't want to leave out earned credit for Juwan Johnson and Foster Monroe. And let's throw Adam Prentice in there too. These guys have been blocking and catching the ball. They have been phenomenal. Our tight ends have been awesome, man, over these last 2 games. I mean, the blocking that they have been doing. This system has took these guys and have turned them into something that you can see they all believe in it. They all know where they need to be. There's very little confusion. And I seen maybe one confused play when Elvin went up to Derek Carr at the last minute and started asking him, what play we in? And Derek tried to explain it to him, and somebody Clint seen it and called a timeout before the clock. I was like, okay, damn. And another thing to talk about, fam, listen, I'm going to say this and kind of move on to you guys, is the fact that the Saints had 10 penalties in the first week and came back and had 5 penalties in the second week. So they actually made a point of emphasis to cut the penalties in half against a much tougher opponent in a much tougher environment that we thought. So I'm just laying it out there, man. Listen, yeah, Gundam says much cool. Yeah, that dude crazy, man. Yeah, when he get up there and talking, he just head. I'm like, yeah, he's very weird and off-putting. Is that just me? Do y'all get that? Pam says, look at Michael over here. That tells y'all, yeah, he look weird, bro. I don't know. That's kind of, yeah, I don't know, man. He kind of weird, man. I don't know. Didn't he went into court with a green suit on, like a pimp suit or something? Wasn't that Michael Irvin back in the day when him and all them dudes was doing all that stuff? Yeah, Michael Irvin is definitely something wrong with Michael Irvin, man. I ain't talking about just the football stuff. He might have had a concussion or 2, but he just weird, man. It's weird, bro. He says some of the dumbest stuff. It's just weird, man. You know, it's just very, very weird dude. Jay says, Q, on the way they're looking on the Monday night game, you have to admit, though, we could possibly be 4-0 going into the KC game on Monday Night Football. Could be, bro. You know, like I said, we'll see, man, how they adjust, because Philly's a different club. We'll be here. They'll be here in the Dome coming up this week. And I just want to make sure we don't overlook Philly. I'm not going to be talking shit to Philadelphia. I'm going to break down their team coming up this week and look at what they got going on. Tonight, I'm looking at the game with y'all. So I'm kind of just going over it. I see Jalen Hurts is everything. That's what I see. Jalen Hurts is everything for them. He's obviously the top passer. He's leading them in rushing right now, 51 yards. He's everything. And that Smith kid is pretty good too. So they something else. And this is the Achilles game where we have to watch out for, because this will test the Saints' ability to deal with a guy who doesn't have a problem with scrambling outside the pocket. So that's something that we have to watch out for, because we've been suffering from that issue, that ailment for the last several years, the scrambling quarterback. And we have to, because he'll be the key to the game. You can't let Jalen Hurts scramble around and ad-lib outside of the pocket, because he'll break down. And if he break down, he don't have any problem taking the hell off. And he's quick as hell. He's shifty and picking up first downs here or there. You can't let that happen. The Saints are going to be very disciplined in gap control. They're going to have to blitz and still be able to watch them. Willie Gay is going to be involved in this game plan. Willie Gay is going to be involved in this game plan. That's what Willie and Chase are here for. They're here for guys like Jalen Hurts. We'll see what Dennis Allen got going on, because that's the point early breakdown and point of contention, fam. Just to throw that at y'all. Yeah, that's true. Say Doug said, love seeing our tight ends motion. Yet the tight ends are doing, man, I just don't want to leave them guys out. They're doing such a spectacular job, man. They really are. Charles said the cocaine Cowboys. Hey, I had that video, man. Hell, I used to sell that video back in the day. I had my clothing stores. I used to have hip hop videos and all that stuff, and I had the cocaine. It's two of them. I want to say it was the Cocaine Cowboys and the Cocaine Cowboys 2. They had two of them. They had a bunch of stuff I had. This was in the 2000s, man, when I had my own stores. Ava says, I need Taysom to do a better job of protecting the upper body and getting behind the pads. He runs too hard to take those chest shots. Okay, Ava's good comment, bro. Good comment. That might be the comment of the night, bro. Gundam says, yes, Q, I agree. The tight ends seem stronger, more conditioned, and they're very crisp this year. Indeed, I love what I see from the tight ends. They're doing a great job, man. So as I can't, for fullbacks, everybody's doing a great job. Fullbacks doing it. Trevor Penning, excellent. Are there any concerns now for early on concerns? How y'all feel about Trevor Penning? What grade you give Trevor Penning? How he's doing? It was a big point of emphasis on how Trevor Penning will hold up. We drew 2 games. How do y'all guys like Trevor Penning? Is he doing all right? How do y'all feel about it? What's up, Finnis? Good. Shout out to you, bro. Our head trauma says, what up, Q? Shout out to you, my brother. Good to see you. Mick Swagger says the rapper Cameron said he got a bag of candy from Urban if he come on the show, and not long later he was some candy, huh? Man, them old dude, that dude too old to be playing around with that stuff, man. Them old dude's crazy, man. All right, yeah. Vera says, yeah, I'm with you. Thank you, Vera. Much love. Gundam says, yeah, Q Saunders, and yeah, I don't know. I think Bink should be out for another couple of weeks. Kendra Miller, we'll have to monitor that situation. But man, could you imagine the Saints activate Kendra Miller along with, they don't really need Kendra Miller right now, the way the Saints operating, right? Why would they utilize him, man? I don't think the Saints really need him right now. If injuries hit the Saints, then you probably would see Kendra Miller later on. You got Jordan Mims just ahead of him. I think Jordan Mims fit, but you probably will see Kendra Miller later on, depending on how the Saints decide to mix in all that personnel. So it's really interesting. What's up, Haitian Black? Said this type of production and success is not sustainable. It's only week 2, and eventually we'll face a tough opponent and eventually lose a game for whatever reason. We have to go a week at a time. Haitian Black, you're a smart man, brother. I agree wholeheartedly, 1,000% on what you were saying. Listen, I think it's quite possible the Saints can go on a longer winning streak. I don't think none of this I looked at the film. I really don't think any of this that we're watching, if you watch the film, even Brian Baldinger, who breaks down film, he's looking at it and saying he's loving the Saints film, because he's watching the film and I'm watching the same thing and I'm saying, fam. And I said this last week, I said, fam, this is not a fluke. They're executing. And they're executing so crisply, and like everybody on the offense knows where to be. Like, and they're not perfect, but it's a great percentage of the time the guys are where they're supposed to be. The timing is correct. They have the timing. And the thing about it is, why it looks like this so early is because everybody else, and that's why I'm telling the family members, this will change. It will change because other teams' timing will get better as they play more games. It just so happens that your clock is way ahead of theirs right now. So at some point, your opposition's time will catch up to you somewhat. You get what I'm saying? To make it more difficult, because they're rusty and you're not rusty. That's all. I'm not gonna say that's all it is, but that's a major part of it. Like, they're rusty. They don't know what they do well yet. They're trying to figure it out. You are already in your bag, 0 or low rust factor, handling business. Now, eventually these other teams will catch up their time. They will get their timing right and we'll get more competitive games. So I don't think we'll go undefeated. I wouldn't dare say that. But at the end of the day, we're going to eventually lose some games. But what more important to me is the fact that we win enough games to not only get into the playoffs, seal up the NFC South, and then with this system and the defense and good health, Who knows what can happen? Can the Saints make the Super Bowl in their own building in this year? If any other year is for such a thing will happen, it would be this year. That's why a lot of people are feeling a certain kind of way because they know the Super Bowl is in the building, in their own building. The Saints offense, they know the Saints defense is good already. We knew that coming into the season. The special teams had questions. They were following, they soliding out. They're looking decent. And the offense was the big question. Can the offense put up enough points to help the Saints win? And they've done that really well over the next couple of weeks. But you're right. It's always a game-by-game approach. But on film, they are executing to perfection. That's why Baldy and all these other cats that look at film are just so impressed by the Saints because they got the timing down fast. It's amazing how fast this happened. That's the thing that's throwing people off. And that's why all these other teams look so bad because they're not there yet. So I know what's going on. I'm just going to be honest with you. People are like, oh, well, for those other people, fam, listen to me. Eventually, opposition will catch up to you in some form or fashion and make these more competitive games. But right now, you got their timing. They don't have theirs. But it takes 3 to 4 weeks to get the timing. Just remember that. We doing our thing. All right. So anyway, Pelicans Dola says A+. Penning says B+ there. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you. Lori says A. All right. Young City says A1. Okay. Thank you. He says, yeah, Jamaica says, do a poll on how we feel about Penning. Okay, Jamaica. All right, Jamaica. All right, hold on here. You ain't have to ask me like that. Q, you do a damn poll, Q. All right, Jamaica. All right, Queen. I'm gonna put it up there. The Queen said do a poll so we can vote, so we can see, right? Jamaica said that's how you do it properly, right? See, that's accountability, family. You seen that? I could have said, nah, we good. But see, she said, hold on now. You got to do a poll. And I was like, okay, all right. See, that's accountability, right? I got to do it. All right. So anyway, let me do it like that. Hold on. Let me see here. Hold on here. Penning. 2 weeks. All right. All right, hold on here. I'm gonna get a grade, I guess, a grade A. Yeah, Jamaica just told me, she's like, you do a poll. All right, damn, Jamaica. All right, hold on here. There it is right there. There you go, Jamaica. You happy now, girl? All right. Tim says Pro Bowl Penning. Okay. Hey, bro, you probably the first dude to say that, bro. For real, Tim. Tim, you probably the first dude to say that, man. Listen, I haven't heard any. I've heard a lot of stuff. I've never heard somebody say Pro Bowl Penning before. You the first one. You might be cooking up something, brother. You the first one to say that. All right, Greg says, Q, didn't I tell you that the Cowgirls were soft up the middle? You did, bro. Inside out, work well, Sunday. Yeah, it did, bro. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you, bro. You did, bro. I got to give you credit. Passive Income Trucker said, you giving credit like Willie Green? Hey, bro, I know what show you talking about, brother. Shout out Passive Income Trucker, man. Big ups. No, brother. I'm giving it now. Lex don't like to give credit. Now, Lex don't like to give credit, especially, yeah, you know what's going on. Lex don't like to give credit, especially with Willie Green. Oh, she just that because Willie Green's credit stuff. Yeah, we got to give him credit. Nah, he done said it so much that it done turn everybody off. Brother Finish says the Saints a machine right now. Indeed. JT says why can't believe they're never. Why can't believe they're never. I don't get this one, JT. You got to rework that one, my brother. You lost me on that. Brute said the way Brute Saint says the way Clint has the offense running is like military. Hell, that's probably how the practices are. Oh yeah. Hey, you know what, Brute Saint? That's a good comment, bro, because you just sparked something, bro. Matter of fact, y'all remember when they were interviewed? Well, I played this when, but this was before the Saints even made Clint Kubiak available. Like when they hired Clint and they announced it, it was months before you got an opportunity to hear from Clint Kubiak, right? But what I did was I went and pulled up several old interviews from Clint Kubiak, like from previous stops, and I started planning for the family members to get people, uh, you know, acquainted with who these coaches were. I did it for all of the coaches: the running back coach, the wide receiver coach, the offensive line coach, the QB coach, and Clint Kubiak. And in one of the interviews, this is early in the off season, one of the interviews, he says he likes to run high stress practices. Y'all put one in the chat if y'all remember that. Y'all remember that? He said he liked to run high stress practices. And I was like, high stress practices? And then he started breaking it down. He says, because I like to throw a lot at you. You know, I like to make it as stressful as we possibly can. Therefore, when the game comes, it'd be like a walk in the park. He and I was like, that's interesting. He said that. He said that. And I was like, wow, y'all remember that? Put one in the chat if y'all remember that, man. Yeah, because I remember saying that, man. That was dead. Yeah, that was a good one, Brute Saint, man. Yeah, that kind of brung that back, man. Because he did say that. Jermaine says, Q, I hear a lot of fans saying Super Bowl. What's your thoughts? Do you think it's way too early? I think it is too early, bro. I'm not mad at the family members for feeling Super Bowl because the energy's there. And the people are reacting to the energy. The Saints look abnormal. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, there's something special there. When you see something pop like that, that's almost like you found the right person. You know what I'm saying? Everybody looking for that right person. You know. And that's what a lot of people are feeling, like, you know. When you put Clint and that offense together and they went like this, and then it was so magnificent. It's like, oh wow. And I'm looking at it as a person that studied film like myself and looking at it and seeing all this stuff in the history aspect. I'm like, because my thought is like, where's the rust? They're not showing any rustness here. They're not rusty at all. And, you know, they had some stuff, small stuff in the preseason, but usually when you start week 1, you expect to have some rust. Hey, okay, let's see. Drive after drive. Now, if there's rust, like I said before, it's probably so minuscule we can't even tell. But they are firing on all cylinders, man. And that's because this offense that the Clint Kubiak brung over here is a perfect tailored to the Saints talent. It really is, because it's not just Derek Carr. And he's doing great. I got to say that for my Derek Carr lovers out there that saying Q bashes Derek Carr. No, Q don't bash Derek Carr. Actually, he protects Derek Carr. You need to listen more to these shows. I don't protect him like Dennis Allen because I don't really believe in that, but I'll give him the truth if that's the case. When I say the truth, I'll say what the truth is, what I see. And if the truth falls in his favor, then it does. And sometimes I say something else. Because if he does something else, I'll say that because I'm just telling you what I see. I'm not going to tell you half of what I see. I'm going to give you the whole game. I'm going to be fair. But you see what Clint Kubiak and the Saints talent have. That's why Clint Kubiak came here. It all fits. Clint Kubiak was saying, they asked him, why did you decide to come to the Saints? And in my head, I'm like, bro, you could have stayed cushy job out there as a passing game coordinator with Shanahan. Why you come here? Because of the talent. Because of the players is what he said. His first interview, they asked him that, why did you choose to come to New Orleans? Because of the players. He said that. He already knew what he can do. You got Elvin Kamara, like Christian McCaffrey. Everybody was saying it. Like Taysom Hill will be Kyle Juszczyk. We started fitting the pieces because we had talent similar to what they had to run that system to perfection. He knew it. John Benton knew it too. John Benton says, like, you think you need somebody else? No, we got, these guys are good. We'll be good. That's what John Benton said, the offensive line coach. And I was like, oh, you sure? And they were asking about Penning. And he's like, oh, Penning's good. He'll do this, he'll do that. That's what John Benton said. And sure enough, because the offense lets these guys put hands on these guys and drive them out of there. I said that about who they call. I made a joke and said they turned the Parsons, who John Gruden compared him to Lawrence Taylor. They turned Lawrence Taylor into Lawrence Olivier. That's what I was saying, because he couldn't do a damn thing. The Cowboys took that man out of the game. He's a non-factor, because the Saints basically showed the NFL how you handle Parsons. You run at him and you put hands, and they try to move him around, and wherever the Saints wanted to run, they ran right at Parsons and pushed him around. He can't set no edge like that. He's too small. Or you are small. Now, he's a good player, but that's hell. If I got DeMarcus Lawrence on one side of him, I'm running at him. That's prove your work. That's what I was saying in the pregame. I was like, run at that dude. Let Penning and the Saints put hands on him and escort him to the ground as gently as you possibly can. And they did that. Hell, they did that to him, and they out-physical their asses. The Saints beat them down in the trenches. And I said, this is the trench warfare game. The Saints must out-physical this team. They went there and smashed them on the offensive, in the trenches. The Saints smashed the defensive line, which is the heart of the team. You think about Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott had one offensive player. His tight end was missing. He had no running game. I knew all of that. And I was saying, I asked the brother, I said, don't you have concerns about your running game? He got, oh, well, we got a running back committee approach. And I was like, okay, you in your fan mind out here. In my head, I'm talking to him like, oh, he in his fan mind. I don't do that. I'm going to be real. I ain't going to let fandom blind me to the realities of my shortcomings. I don't do that. I don't suspend reality in anything, whether I'm watching football or watching a movie. I don't suspend reality to enjoy it. No, I take the reality in it because it makes it and improves it. It gives it perspective. That's what I do here. I don't suspend and go turn it over. We're going to just kick y'all ass up and down the field. Now, we did kick the ass all up and down the field, but I got to operate more than just that, man. Hell, anybody could do that. If that's the case, you got to have some perspective. People like to hear perspective, something interesting. If I was saying it like that, they can go and listen to any ESPN show and hear that bullshit. The people they won't hear real stuff, man. They don't hear all that flammy plastic cotton stuff, man. Hell no. I've been doing it for years, bro. I got to tell the truth. Colony says Carolina might have been a fluke. He says, if you go into Jerry World and Kamara gets 4 for 180 and DC does an MJ, and then we put a parade on. Yeah, I knew it wasn't a fluke. I was like, man, that's not a fluke. I was telling them that because I was looking at the film. I was like, that's not a fluke, family. They're executing. That's what the terms I kept using. I looked at the film, some of the film I'm going to show y'all in Patreon tomorrow, but it's the same thing. They are executing. It's none of that's a fluke. They're executing the offense to perfection. Now they'll have some wrinkles. The man will keep rolling out new wrinkles because they're picking it up. So what it happened is he'll keep giving some more and more wrinkles every week that they never seen before because the Saints are picking the offense up so well. He's gonna keep introducing new phases of it. And he got all the talent in the world. You can't prepare for them. You trying to stop Alvin Kamara, here come Rashid Shaheed. You trying to stop Rashid Shaheed, here go Chris Olave. You trying to stop Chris Olave, here's Taysom Hill. There was a play where Taysom Hill was lined up. He ran 4 plays in a row. One play Taysom was the fullback twice. One play Taysom was a running back. One time he was a tight end. If you're a defense, how do you account for Taysom Hill? And then while you're paying attention to Taysom Hill, how do you then deal with Alvin Kamara, who's also on the field? And then there's Chris Olave over there. And then Rashid Shaheed over there. You got to worry about taking the top off. Then you can't bring safeties down and safety support because of the threat of Rashid Shaheed and Chris Olave. So you forced to leave your front 7 in the bind. You see what I'm talking about? How do you then prepare for that? You can't bring safety support bring a safety down for run support in the box to stop Taysom or Elvin, or expose your corner to Rashid Shaheed and Chris Olave one-on-one. How could you do it? We're going to keep them safeties high. And what happens then? We're going to hit you. We're going to hit you for 5, 6, 7 yards of run at a time. We're going to wear you down. And then while the smart defense supposed to be guessing what you're doing, the Saints running out of a system, which is uniform. You can't tell whether they're running or passing. The defense trying to see what they're doing. I seen what the linebacker for Kendricks, the linebacker for Dallas, was trying to do. He could not read the defense because because the Saints were running it so well. They were trying to pinpoint what Taysom was doing. They didn't even know what he was doing, whether he was going to be a tight end or a full. They were totally off put by the Saints. About time the ball was snapped, they were already 2 to 3 yards beyond them. Defense was always in a state of slow reaction because that's what it forces you to do. They were thinking too much. I didn't hear one Dallas Cowboy podcast to say that. And I don't listen to too many of them, but that's one thing I was waiting to see what they were going to say. And they said the most customary shit that most people say: we just got our asses kicked. No. It's let's get to the degree of how that ass kickery. How did it really work? Well, you see, they just beat us on the line. How did they beat you on the line? Let's get specific. Your defense was dumb out there. Your defense didn't know what the Saints were doing, and they were reacting after the Saints moved the ball. Saints had double motions going on back there that the Cowboys were shifting. They were shifting wrong. The Saints were hitting them right. And the Saints were reading the defense that they were giving them because they shifted to the Saints offense looking what they're doing and then hit them with an audible out of the shift. That's what it's designed to do. Make you tip your hand, then they see what you're doing and then hit your weakness. That's what the Clint Kubiak system talk. They don't talk about that a lot. The defense was in a constant state of reacting late. That's what happened. Go look at the film. But yeah, all the Cowboys, we just got humbled. Nah, yeah, humbled, but what degree of humbled? What happened? Well, you see, no, not one person said that. I was like, they didn't get it. They don't get it. But maybe, we'll see. We'll keep this thing moving. Pelicans Nola said, cue every pass Cousins throws outside of the hashes is inside leaving the ball so you can. Yeah, I just seen something he did over here. That game it's so boring to me, fam. They got 4 minutes left to go, and the Falcons up by a 9-7 right now. I think Philly probably going to end up beating them. I think Philly going to make a move on them because Philly just kicked the field goal. Philly just kicked the field goal and went up 10-9 on them. These teams are still rusty, family. Your team is you fortunate to play rustless football, man. Brother Kendall said I was skeptical coming into the season, but I have to admit it, man. The Saints are for real. For real. Yeah, let's keep it going, man. All right. Didn't I see Mickey here? There go Mickey. Mickey, what's up, Mickey? Mickey says the GOAT oh my goodness. The GOAT GM sprinkled goat milk all over the game yesterday. We ain't playing. All right, there you go, Mickey. Mickey, you want some credit, man? Let's give Mickey a round of applause. There you go, Mickey. Yeah. All right, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Worship me. What? Applaud me. Yeah, applaud me again. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Mickey loves that. All right. Shout out to you. Julius says, Group A said we playing 12 games in the dome. All right. Tim says Kubiak also knew to speed up the car. Yeah, indeed. We talked about that earlier in stream. They had a fella. I hope he's still here. I ain't mean to ruffle his feathers too bad, but I'm sorry. I have to apologize to that gentleman, man, because I'm still a little rough. I'm a little rough. I'm kind of aging like fine wine, but the thing is, I talk to a lot of people. I did a lot of streams and people on the street. We talk football to people on the street. And I don't mean to be, that way, but it's just how I am as a person that look at the Saints. Like I grew up a diehard black and gold man for many years. I learned the game. My grandfather was a Saints man. He dealt with a lot of losing. He didn't see all the success that we seen. We just started doing a few positive things before he passed in the late 90s. But that's who taught me the game, And of course, when y'all heard Pops Q come on the stream, Pops Q is very insightful. He got an analytical mind. He's an astronomer, so he can break the game down too. So, and then the fiery spirit that comes from my mother. Yes. But at the end of the day, man, I don't mean to tear you up that bad, but I just, I got to get you together here. I got to let you know, man, what this is all about here. The Great Saint Think Tank with the Who Dat Nation, man. That's some of the brightest and best of the business right here, man. When you want to talk Saints, talk to them, man, because they don't play that, man. They give you the game. Dirty says, the one thing is I see from the last 2 games is that everybody looks to be having fun. This is true, bro. That is a major change from the last 2 years. Indeed, the energy is definitely there. All right. Yeah. Maul says, Q, that poll statement don't sound right. It don't sound right. Hold on. You said don't sound right. Oh, shit. See? I rushed and did it. Who do you pin in? Yeah, it don't sound right. It's all screwed up, man. I put all the wrong shit up there. That's what happened. All right. He says, do you a pinning through? See? Yeah, Ma was saying it, I would definitely agree with you, brother. It doesn't sound right at all. Once again, accountability. I didn't realize, bro. I just be doing my thing, man. I got 3 screens. I'm looking over here. I'm sorry, fam. People are like, what the hell? But credit to the family members. They knew what I was talking about because they still voted. Almost 100 people still voted. Who do you pinning through 2 weeks? All right. So it's what grade do you give pinning through 2 weeks is what it's supposed to say. So, let me fix that. That's right. Jamaica scared. Scared Q. Jamaica. I can't blame that on Jamaica. I can't blame the bad spelling on Jamaica. That's on me on that one, man. Paul said, hey, Q, that don't sound right, brother. No, it ain't right. Not at all. That shit all messed up. That don't sound right at all. Oh, is what grade do you give pinning after 2 weeks? Let me do a little spell check before I press the button. What grade do you give pinning? Okay, now we got it. See, I got to do a little spell checking right there, fam. I apologize, fam. I apologize, man. Your boy, that's a case of your boy doing a lot live. All right, there you go. I apologize, fam. Please feel free. Some of the people that they ain't touched that was like, man, I want to vote, but I don't know if I should. They ain't know if they should, boy. Like, I want to vote, but I don't know about that. That poll on some Michael Irvin type shit. Oh, I don't know what's going on there. What's up, Tenacious? Shout out to you, bro. His entire offense is clicking. O-line look like veterans compared to rookies last year. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Thank you, man. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that, man. All right. Yeah, that poll question was on some weird Michael Irvin type energy, man. Good thing you spotted that, Maul. I took it right on down, brother. All right, Rose says, Q, now the Saints have been getting the buzz. All of the media want to talk about them. Do you feel a fall from grace soon, or do they keep moving like a well-oiled machine? I anticipate them to keep moving like a well-oiled machine because based on the film that I was looking at, bro, they're executing, and this is no fluke. This is not a fluke. Them people executing. Just keeping it a whole buck with you. They're executing. All right. Yeah. Thank you for that, Maul. Yeah. Yeah. Trevor Penning worked with Duke Manyweather and Teron Armstead in the offseason. Thank you, Pammy. Much love on that. Jason says the only other team to score more than us first 2 weeks in NFL history is the 09 Saints, where he says we all know what happened with that. Yes, we do. We also know we had a defense that can win a championship. I feel like this Saints defense is pretty good. And you also, fam, listen, let's say this, because that brings up an interesting point, and I don't want this to get lost anywhere, right? The Saints defense, right? We talked about Chase Young. We talked about who he got. He got a half a sack in the game. Carl Granderson had a sack and a half. Chase Young had a half a sack. Brian Bresee had a sack. And we talk about Chase Young being here. We talked about Willie Gay, how Willie Gay is going to help the Saints defense. But it's one person, family, that we need to give some credit to. That was a person that we didn't expect to be in the position and making that Saints defense cook, and that's Will Harris. Can we give Will Harris a round of applause, fam? Come on. Will Harris, man. My goodness, Will Harris has been awesome in the Saints defense, hasn't he, family? For real. Will Harris has been awesome, fam. I mean, no disrespect to Jordan Howden, but Will Harris looks absolutely awesome next to Tyrann Mathieu. Fam, the Will Harris thing, and people, fam, think about this. We were talking about Simmons and all this kind of stuff, and Will Harris was on the team. We know Will Harris was a solid player because he could play different positions. But Will Harris back there next to Tyrann Mathieu, man, he's stepping up and showing out. Will Harris is having a phenomenal start of his season, fam. Will Harris has been awesome, hasn't he? Man, I have been really impressed with Will Harris and Dennis Allen's defense, man. I ain't gonna lie. When they first brung him out there, I was like, oh, Will Harris is, and then he got that interception, and ever since then, everything's just flowing. Will Harris has been awesome, man. He was awesome, man. Wasn't it Will Harris that knocked the piss out of CD Lamb chop in the end zone? Was he in the end zone? Was it at end zone? Y'all remind me. Wasn't it Will Harris that hit him? Who laid out CD Lamb trying to catch that ball? Wasn't that Will Harris? Who popped this? I know Tyrann Mathieu hit somebody, and then wasn't it Will Harris that knocked the shit out of CD Lamb chop? Y'all remind me. I have to go back and watch that play. All right. Student says TJ on the show said he hard on Carr because Carr was throwing hospital balls and not taking responsibility. He's right. He was. And he's talking about last year. That's what I'm saying, fam. Listen, I know people love Derek Carr, but understand most people are not coming from a perspective where they want to bash on Carr. Most people that are diehards are telling the truth. They're not going to, and most of the times they're using film, because I'm not like, whatever I tell you about a player, I'm going to back it up with film. Just like when the guy early on in the show was saying this stuff about Carr, it was a line of demarcation. I had to draw a line. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm smart enough to know that you got to bring a divider, because this is last year and this is this year, right? On this side, you got last year over here. On this side, it's this year. You got to draw a line, because sometimes people, and it's not because they are doing it, purposefully. They're doing it unconsciously. They don't realize sometimes people timelines are not always the same. Like I'm really good on timelines. That's how I do a lot of my breakdowns and explanations and stuff like that, based on timelines. And when you look at the timeline, you have to have a line of demarcation. You got to break those two time frames in half, or at least divide them and understand. And when you do that, then you can see where the progress happened from. So if it's last year, Derek Carr was making excuses. On the Sports Coma, we were playing this excuses. One of the excuses was when the reporter, what's his name, fam? Dunkin' Donuts. What's the man name? Dunkin'. Forgot the man name, but his last name is Dunkin'. He's been around for years. I'm sorry, I forgot your name, man. I'm drawing blanks right now. But Dunkin', who's a respected reporter, sometimes he goes off a little bit, but he's a pretty solid dude. Jeff Duncan astutely was questioning Derek Carr with other reporters. And Derek Carr stood up there and told him, we have the answers, and they're in the building. We have the answers. And Jeff Duncan asked him, where are they? He said, they're in the building. We have the answers. And I think that came after the Minnesota Vikings loss. They had the bye week, and the reporters were doing their jobs, because the reporters, if they're good reporters, And we have a lot of really good Saints reporters, man. I'm so happy for some of these guys we have. We got one of the best groups of Saints reporters that I've seen in a long time. We got a lot of guys, and they're not afraid to get the truth. Like a lot of these reports come from their questioning, especially not Jeff Duncan, Mike Triplett. Mike Triplett asks 3 times the questions the average reporter asks. He's basically Superman reporter. He asks 3 times the questions, and a lot of stories come from Mike Triplett's questions, especially throughout the season last year. And Mike Duncan Mike Triplett has a good way of questioning because he'll get one in there, then fire 2 in there quickly. But the way he speaks so monotone, he's able to fit those questions in there. He'd be able to get 2 or 3 answers out of you off of, one question, then another question, then another question, and by the time you finish talking to him, he got a couple of questions. It's not slow. He got a method to it. And then Underhill fires in next to him when he feel like he needs to. So it's a good combination, but we get a lot of information from those questions. And what Jeff Duncan did was he knew Derek Carr was full of bunk. The way the intonation in his voice when he was asking him the question, he knew he didn't have the answer, but he was trying to draw it out, like to see if Carr would tell him. And Carr did not have the answer because that next game, the Saints lost. That was the Atlanta game, I want to say. The first game, when they lost with the pick 6, but it was after the Minnesota game, and that was during the bye week. I want to say it was during the bye week when all that was happening. He was obviously lying. He didn't have any answers. He knew it too, because he ain't the type of dude to say even the much word salad that Derek Carr gives you. Put a mic in front of Derek Carr, he just runs off. When he started talking, I put a little banner up there, advanced word salad alert. The guy just talks. Just put a mic in front of him. He just ask him a question, you'll get a million words. He's just really wordy. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I'm saying that that's his character. Like, he'll ask a question, he'll just prattle on. He loves to talk. But when Duncan asked him that, he was real tight-lipped on what the plan was. And then as the week went forward, it was the same old stuff. So, yeah, they called him out, right? And he was saying that like in other things. That's why I played the report, the John Gruden thing I covered Saturday night. I played a clip of that and showed, and I knew just what to go to. I said, hold on, let me let you listen to something. I let him tell it to him. Let Carr tell you, because you ain't gonna listen to me. Let Carr tell you. So Carr said, hey man, I looked at the tape. I didn't like, certain things I was looking at. He didn't say progressions, because that's something I always say. Progressions, looking at your options. He gets stuck. Last year, would get stuck on one side of the field. And I'm pretty sure Andrew Janoko and Clint Kubiak put that out because he's not doing that right now. So they can't say that this is the same Carr because the line was drawn. And the difference is he had better coaches to point out what he shouldn't be doing, and what he should be doing. They talked about footwork. I thought that was the less of the 3 things that I would look at, but they covered it. You can see they made the change. The other guy, Carmichael, wasn't nowhere accountable. Derek Carr was still staring people down week after week. That was on film, and people that are fair, they're saying he's staring down other guys. You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to look over here and stay over here. And if you do look over, if you want to go there, at least look over here and pump fake over here and then go back over there. That way you freeze them guys so you have a shot. He wasn't doing that. And that's why a lot of the check downs, he was checking the ball down a lot. That was one of the indicators of the fact that he wasn't going through the progressions, because he wasn't giving himself a fair chance to look at all of his offensive options. He would just get lazy and check it down. That's a violation. You're not supposed to do that. And people that know football called that out. They called it out. They're supposed to. They believe, what's wrong with Derek Carr? He's just stupid. He's just stupid. Now I'm like, nah, Derek Carr is not stupid. Derek Carr is being lazy. He's being non-fundamental. And the tape backs that up. That was going on. You don't see that today because the coaches fixed it. So that's the line. You got to draw a line. And when I showed that man, he couldn't even say nothing about that. He's like, yeah, well, that's true. He said it, yeah. Because if it was the same, he would have said it was the same. He said, like, yeah, all we did was I just kind of did the same thing I did last year when we just kind of came in here. I just kind of do. He did none of that. He had to change everything up because he was looking at his game as flawed, which is what I was saying, and other people that know what they're talking about was saying too. You can't win this way here. You're going to have to get better. And the man did it. The line was drawn. It's not the same car from last year you're looking at. Oh, yes, the same car. No, it's not. I don't believe you. Well, listen to him. Played it for him, shut him right up. That's what we do here in the Great Saint Think Tank. It's facts over fiction here, man. All right. Headtron says Kendra Miller could open up the playbook even more. What's up, Sky Life says best pack. Thank you, man. I love you too, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Ain't nothing. If I didn't have y'all here, man, I'd be talking to myself, bro. That'd be a weird ass Michael Irvin style podcast. Let me tell you something, Cowboy Nation. This was a hiccup, but we gonna come on back. Hey man, shut up. What are you talking about? We gonna get, and then he just get animated and start doing that. Like, what's wrong with this fool? What's wrong with it? I'm gonna tell you something, Cowboy Nation. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Nah, we ain't gonna do all that. Oh no, we ain't gonna do that. See, our people are calm. You get Drew Brees, you get Deuce McAllister. These brothers got it together. They smart, articulate people. You know, these are our greats. Mark Ingram, he ran over that dude, in that little video, and the guy was trying to tackle him, and Mark Ingram just went full Incredible Hulk on that dude. Just ran over the dude. Like, what's going on here? But they smart and articulate. These are our guys. Let me tell you something, Cowboy Nation. We gonna do it. Nah, we ain't gonna do none of that, bro. We gonna keep it pushing on that, brother. We on no, nah, no. We good. Who that for life? Chris says, Q, you know what's crazy? Despite the Saints handling business, the sports pundits still find a way to make it about the Cowboys. Of course, there's no money in talking about the Saints because the Cowboys are America's team. Even though they didn't win anything, they're still America's team. And I figured out that America didn't call them their team. The Cowboys did. And then everybody just bought into it. America did not say, hey, Dallas Cowboys are our team. That was a brand that Jerry did. Oh, I mean, not Jerry, but the guys before him, because I think that started prior to him getting ownership of the team. They're America's team. That was their branding campaign. And you find out they did that. The nation didn't agree to that. They did that shit. Oh, yeah. I know, right? That was crazy, man. What's up, Randy? Says you can't score 47 points every game. Sometimes you have to over day. Yeah, you gonna have all day, bro. That's why I said, man, they eventually the people gonna catch up. That's what, and fam, listen to what I'm saying too. Please remember this. Like I said before, the two parting things that I'm saying about this game. Number one is the Saints don't exhibit any rust factor. Everybody else does look rusty. You looking at this game with Philadelphia and the Falcons. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to work out the rust. The Saints don't have any. So eventually, 3 to 4 games in the season, people gonna start rounding into their true form. It just so happens the Saints are fortunate to be in mid-season form within the first 2 weeks. My only concern is we don't burn out too early. We stay consistent. We stay humble. We stay working. We stay focused on running the ball and doing that, right? Keeping everything in its proper perspective. That's what we need to do. And I agree with you on that, Randy. Eventually, you're going to lose a game. You're going to have too many turnovers. You're going to have you're going to have too many penalties. Such as life is the NFL. I just don't see it as a situation where we're going to be undefeated. I don't see that. I mean, it's possible, but I don't see that happening. I'm thinking eventually you're going to lose a game or two. I just care enough to want to watch my Saints win more than enough games to qualify for an NFC South, win the South, break up the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 3 years, go into the playoffs with this energy, with this defense, with our good health, and we'll see what rocks from that, baby. That's what I'm looking at. So you good on that. All right, Father Fulco says Panthers bench Bryce Young for Andy Dalton. My goodness, what an L for Carolina. They traded a lot to get them. I don't think they're done with them yet. I think they just want to win. The pressure's on Canellis to win. So, and win means get 6 or 7 wins. anything more than what they got, just to show some level of improvement. I think, like Dave and Rashad was saying, that they want competitive football. And Andy Dalton gives them the best chance to do that because Bryce is not doing what he's supposed to. I said it in the first game. It's like, man, those 3 sacks that Alontae Taylor got, that was all on Bryce Young. Bryce Young was not reading the defenses. And it wasn't like Alontae was disguised. He was there. You just have to look. He wasn't, I don't know what he was looking at, but he wasn't looking properly. And I was saying it during the play-by-play. I was like, I don't know what Bryce Young is looking for, but that's on him. Then he wasn't making the throws. There was no connection. It wasn't even close. So the man got to pull him, and let him hold the clipboard for a little bit. Let Andy Dalton get in there, see if they can get a couple of wins. But 5 or 6 wins with these people trying to get. They're not trying to, I know they want to make the playoffs, but they want competitive football, and we ain't mad at them for that, man. Yeah. All right, Tro, what's up, Tro? How you doing? Sir says Will Harris bringing energy, and the hat our new enforcer. Was he the guy? Y'all, fam, wasn't he the guy? Wasn't Will Harris the guy that knocked CeeDee Lamb chop on his ass? Wasn't that the guy? Wasn't he the guy? Was I right on that? Head Traum said Dennis Allen don't know nothing else. He knows defensive backs. Yeah, Joe Woods too. Dennis Allen knows defense, period, man. Yeah. Okay, he said yes, it was Will Harris. Okay, cool. Yeah, I remember CeeDee Lamb thought he had a catch. And Will Harris knocked the piss out of that dude. The crazy part about it, he was in the next play. He came back in on the next play. Okay, there you go. Thank you. Thank you, Slim. Yeah. He was back in there on the next play. And I'm like, dude, how is he back in the play? He just knocked that guy on his ass. How the doctor say, hold on, come here, bro. Let me wave the light in front of your face or something. Let me check, That dude was in there the next play. I was like, man, ain't no way. You just got blasted. And then the next play they had him back out there. I was like, man, these people about to lose. These people crazy. We can't lose. We can't have CeeDee go back out there. Man, dude, that dude just got his ass knocked off. And you talking about sending him back out there? People do not care, man. All right. All right, Greg says, Q, what are your thoughts on the Panthers benching Bryce Young? I think I just covered that. Yeah. They want to win right now, bro. That's what it is. And Andy Dalton gives them a better chance, man. Bryce is not doing what he's supposed to do. He's inaccurate with the passes. He's not reading the defense. He ain't doing too good at all. There's no confidence in him. And plus, the leadership is getting pressured by the support base to the point where Canellis, who was trying to ride with his quarterback and show support, was forced to bench him. And I think Canellis was pressured from the top to make that move. I really do, because when they lost the first game, he had to go to the owner and talk to him. And they were putting pressure when that second game happened to see if there'd be more of a competitive game. That owner can't. The support base is pissed right now. The support base is furious with Carolina. They're furious with the ownership. And that guy says, no, we can't do this. We got to show him something. So they benched him. I think Bryce Young's still a good quarterback, but let him sit down, hold the clipboard. Let them learn behind Andy Dalton. And they're going to try to win a few games with Andy Dalton. We'll see what happens, man. But I still think Andy Dalton is cool, man. I'm messing up with these people words. So. All right, L-Dub says, yep, the Philly receiver couldn't hold on to the ball. Otherwise, Philly would be up right now. Yeah, it's some rust involved, bro. Miscellaneous Mail says, I think we go 4-0 until KC. KC not looking all that hot either. None of these teams looking like that now, bro. Like, you got KC in week 5? No. Yeah, is it 5? Yeah, KC's week 5. Yeah, and then Tampa's week 6. So yeah, and don't forget to throw Tampa Bay in there. Throw Tampa Bay in there, man. Don't leave out Tampa. Tampa's looking good. Jason says AK and the Young Backs online are going to dominate next week. The Dome going to be hella loud too. Yep. Yeah, the Eagles. Yeah, 15-10 right now. Falcons up. Philly got the ball though. They look like they're about to score. That's a long ass drive though. All right, what's up, Barbara? Shout out to Barbara. All right, DA Backwood says DA was talking about pop up and then show them in a locker room. Yeah, you're doing good, man. I'm happy for them dudes, man. What's up, Mr. Nick? He says, Q, why do you think they didn't make Spencer Rattler the backup for Carr? Because of pressure, my brother. Because of the pressure. We all know, and that's another thing that when we talk about like with Dennis Allen that I don't like I like what he's doing now. He made the right decision because he was facing losing his job. And when you're faced with losing your job and when the gun's on you, you're going to break out of character. You're going to do stuff that's uncharacteristic. You're going to make changes like this. Cause really, like I told the family, this should have happened in year 2. When he struggled, when Pete Carmichael struggled year 1 and you see he wasn't about it, you should have made the move then. But when pressure's on you, cause he was comfortable last year, when they asked him that, Cat Terrell asked him that in the press conference at the end of the year, weren't you worried about losing your job? No. He answered it quick. He didn't have to say, he do all that and all that. He didn't do none of that. He went right to it. No. I was like, okay. He didn't care about losing his job. Oh, okay. And he was sad. He was serious. This year is not the same. Mickey Loomis is not going to take that pressure this year. Last year, you seen what happened with Mickey Loomis, how bad he looked at the end of the season, the gum chewing press conference when he was talking crazy. He's not going to do that this year. But yeah, the reason why Rattler won the job. He competed and out-competed Jake Haener and is the emergency quarterback right now because Dennis Allen protecting his quarterback. He didn't want to have anybody looking over Derek Carr's shoulder. This happens all the time. That's what happened with New England. I talked about this before with Tom Brady and Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo was the man. Bill Belichick wanted Garoppolo to be the guy when Tom Brady left. Tom Brady said, nah, we ain't going to have none of this, and made them get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo because he didn't want to have to look over his shoulder. This happens all the time. That's a historic example of it, and that's basically what they were doing with Spencer Rattler. Now, why would a rookie, 5th-round draft pick quarterback, a guy that's making $150 million like Carr, have to worry about a 5th-round quarterback, 5th-round rookie quarterback? Because the Who Dat Nation made Spencer Rattler their people's champion. They love that kid. They love him. They see him as a future. And Dennis Allen knows that he didn't want to have that pressure. If Carr struggled, there'll be people from the stands yelling for Spencer Rattler. He didn't want that to happen. So he violated the competition and moved Spencer to the emergency quarterback and put Jake Haener as a buffer in between both because ain't nobody yelling for Jake Haener. That's my best explanation for that. But I called that prior to all of that happening, bro. I called all of that out because I knew these people. I knew how they operate. Pattern recognition. No, we don't look rusty, man, Jason. We don't look rusty, bro. We don't look rusty at all. We don't look rusty because we're executing. There's confidence involved. Yeah. You see that Pelicans no care will have love to see Michael Irvin reaction after the game. Oh, he would have been, you couldn't see it. His face would have been buried on. Yeah, nothing but booger sugar. Oh, my Cowboy Nation. We go all that. He does all. I'm like, man, I can't stand this dude. I can't stand him. It's just weird. I don't know. Michael Irvin is weird to me, man. I can't stand him. When he talking to football, I always change the channel. It's weird. Jermaine says, Q, I told some Cowboys fans at work today I don't want to hear that America team book. Because neither we them boys. Oh, no. They'll bounce back, man. They'll bounce back, man. This is them getting beat like this will force them to make improvements to the team. See, that's usually how it happens. See, they got knocked off their pedestal. And really, and I told him, I was like, fam, I don't think the Cowboys, I've seen better. And I was trying to be cool with it. I was like, look, fam, to be honest with you, and I'll say no disrespect. I would say that to the Cowboys. I was saying that last week. Like, listen, I don't think y'all team. I've seen better renditions of the Cowboys. I was saying that. I wouldn't come out and be blunt and say, hey, man, listen, let's just be honest, man. All you got is CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott. Ferguson is a good option, but you have no running attack. You got an old man, Zeke Elliott, back there who's past his prime. You got 2 unproven running backs. You got a good offensive line, but you don't really have much else. Everything's based on Dak Prescott doing everything to perfection offensively. He makes one little mistake, they're going to lose. He has to carry the team. And I was saying, like during the week, I was like, I've seen better from the Cowboys. Some kind of way they were way up here. And I was like, I don't see that, bro. I've seen better from the Cowboys. I try to be nice with it. I said it just like that. I said I've seen better renditions of the Cowboys. I've just put it like that. but they got knocked off the pedestal. I was like, man, I kept saying it. Man, y'all the Saints have beaten, and I go into my little stat. I say since 1998, the Saints have beaten the Dallas Cowboys. What was it? 10 out of 14 meetings? Not 10 straight, but 10 out of the last 14 meetings is now 11 out of 15 games. It's now 11 out of 15 now since 1998. So, and I kept asking them, what's all this puffed up pride y'all got? Why y'all all big breasted and sitting up here with all this, which elitist mentality? What's going on here? Remember, I kept asking that? All that was going on. I was like, I don't get that. What's going on? Explain it to me. Why y'all so puffed up with pride? I seen it. I was like, man, y'all team, and then they get knocked off the pedestal. Now they got to change some stuff. It's a part of the process. They were puffed up on pride. And then we did all that without Lattimore being there too. Kool-Aid McKinstry already broke the play up with Will Harris, still cleaned them up. Yeah, indeed, bro. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, cool. And then shout out to Kool-Aid McKinstry. Kool-Aid did we see any drawback from Kool-Aid McKinstry playing in that game? Oh, they go cook that rookie. Kool-Aid McKinstry. They go cook the Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? They gonna cook that CeeDee Lamb, let him line up. They gonna cook Kool-Aid McKinstry. We gonna get that Kool-Aid. We gonna do no, none of that happened. None of that happened. You thought Lattimore was out there the way Kool-Aid McKinstry was playing. How about them Cowboys? Nah, we good. We all right, brother. We gonna move on next to the Eagles, who now are up 18-15 on the fail kinds. All right, Shazam says, Q, my score prediction from Saturday was correct. Remember I said, did you say that, Shazam? 48-17? You said that, bro? Bro, you need to go and buy a lottery ticket, brother. All right, buy a lottery ticket. Willie said, I see the Saints winning 13-14 games with offense and defense. Could possibly be, bro. We'll see. We'll see how it all works, man. Yeah, I think at the end of the day, man, Tenacious says Falcons and Eagles offense are on fire. Yeah, the Eagles up 18-15 right now, 6-12 in the fourth quarter. That was a long-ass drive, that drive before last, man. Wasn't that almost like a 9-minute drive they put on? It's crazy. But yeah, in the end, man, all I can say to the family members, man, is that, man, Saints put on a hell of a show, man. A hell of a show. Can they keep it going? We don't know, man. We have to wait and see what happens in the next week with Philly. After they get done, it'll be a short week for Philadelphia, and we get to see a lot from the Eagles. I think obviously you want to beat the Eagles. The man to stop is Jalen Hurts. If you can, you got to slow them down. But if they go according to Jalen Hurts, I mean, it's easy to scout the Eagles, right? You're right. The Eagles go as Jalen Hurts goes. That's what comes. That's what happens there. They go according to Jalen Hurts. 150 yards, 1 touchdown. The man scrambled 12 times for 84 yards and a touchdown. They go as far as Jalen Hurts goes. You got to slow him down. Yeah, I know. He says A.J. Brown won't be playing. I hear you, Willie, but Jalen Hurts, they go as far as Jalen Hurts goes. So, yeah, I know that we got to still stop him. I know AJ ain't gonna be playing, but at the same time, man, we still got to slow him down. That's the point. Remember, the Saints have not beaten the Eagles with Hurts as the starter now. I think it was the year before last year, or I think it was last year, or the year before last. I forget. I think it was last year when the Saints played Philly, and but Jalen Hurts was hurt. They had Gardner Minshew in there. The Saints beat the brakes off Philadelphia without him, but Hurts. Every time we play where Hurts is there, he beats us. And it's usually because of his rushing element. So we'll see if we'll be tested with that. We have to slow Hurts down. Yeah, Saquon Barkley's another one, bro. And he ain't even leading the team in rushing tonight. It's Jalen Hurts. Those two dudes are going to be a problem. All right, so anyway, fam, let me pop here. We're going to hear a little bit of Dennis Allen's presser, man, before we get going. But here, y'all got any questions, throw them in the chat. Here's DA.
All right, guys. After going back and looking at the tape, there was a lot of good things that we did in the game. And yet there's some things that we got to get cleaned up. I think there was, a couple of targeting issues in the run game that we've got to.
Dennis Allen said he got to clean it up. So you know what that means, fam. Dennis Allen said we got to clean up some stuff. So guess what?
You might call me fan or friend, but I'm the cleanup man.
The reason I know so much about him is because he's moved up an old girl of mine.
Swept her right off her feet and into the jag.
Improve on, a couple of penalties, which cost us, in particular, the penalty on the extra point, was a big penalty, caused us to have to kick the ball to the returner, and that was their best field position to start the game. So that was, a negative that we got to get cleaned up. Defensively, our third down stats weren't where they needed to be. It was probably more of a product of what we did on second down, getting them into too many shorter yardage situations, which caused us not to be as good on third down. We were much better in the second half than we were in the first half. And so, look, I think, when you get, come off a game like that, everybody kind of feels good about, the outcome of the game. And yet there's a lot of things in there that we have to clean up. And so that's what we're in here today, hard at work on doing. And then we'll turn our attention to Philly.
How's Taysom Hill doing this morning?
Taysom's doing good. He feels good. And I don't know if we've gotten all the results back on. He went and had some more imaging today, but I think we avoided anything real serious.
We'll have to say more about what it was and chest.
We're just going to go with chest.
Is that what it's going to say on the injury
That's what it's going
report?
to say on the injury report. Yes.
What was it that you had to check for them?
I think you just had. That'd be a better question for all the medical people than anything else. He has a chest injury. It's nothing that's serious.
I don't like how he said that. He said we're just gonna go with chest, and I guess he said that's what we're gonna go with on the thing. I don't know, fam. Because remember he said a similar thing when Derek Carr got hurt. Remember Derek Carr when he got hurt in the Green Bay game. The guy planted him in the ground. They took him to the hospital, X-rayed him, and they came back and he just said it was a chest situation. So I hope it is not what I'm thinking it is. That what it led to, which was ultimately that that Carr had busted ribs. So I hope this is not the thing again, man. It's just the same thing. He just, historically speaking, this is what I heard from him dealing with the Derek Carr situation. So hopefully it's not that, man. We'll go back to it.
And so he'll be in the rehab process just like everybody else is, and we'll kind of go from there.
What makes an injury, besides the obvious ones, serious enough that with the X-rays maybe you wouldn't be able to?
Again, it's probably a better medical question. You want to ask me about run game or how we stop somebody from being able to throw the football? I'm probably better equipped to answer those questions. I'm not quite as good at answering the medical questions.
Just when a player goes to the hospital, it seems like.
Yeah, look, I think sometimes there's things that are precautionary. You want to make sure everything's okay. And so we went about whatever that normal medical procedure is, and Taysom flew back with us on the plane, and he's back with us today. So we'll just monitor him throughout the week, see what he can do, see what he can't do, and go from there.
I'll ask you about the run game.
Okay.
I'm
I'm better equipped to answer that question.
What you made of the willingness to run on third downs, and you all been pretty successful, especially in those kind of third and short, third medium.
Yeah. Well, look, I think it's all about making the defense have to defend the whole gamut of plays, defend the whole field. I think sometimes you make it easy on the defense when you just want to drop back and pass it all the time and allow them just to rush the passer. And in particular, when you're facing a team that rushes the passer as well as Dallas can. So I think that's just something that's always part of the arsenal, and you have it available to you. And it's just really about, making that call at the right time.
And specifically in the red zone, that was an area of emphasis for you all as well, correct? When I think y'all are averaging almost 100 yards carry inside the point. So what do you like from that?
Yeah, well, to me, to be really successful in the red zone, both offensively and defensively, I think it starts with the ability to stop the run and the ability to run the ball in the red zone. Look, the field shrinks down there. There's a lot less windows to throw the ball into. But if you're able to run the ball effectively, and now all of a sudden, teams are having to bring more people down in the box, it opens up a lot more that you can do in the passing game. And so I just think that's something that we believe in is the ability to run the football.
All right, for my family members say, damn, DA talking faster than usual. That's because I got to sped it up a little bit. I got to sped up a little bit, man. See, it's more interesting this way, isn't it? Just a little bit. I got to sped up a little bit.
Really, wherever we're at, and look, also understanding that a majority of the points in our league are scored through the air. So you have to be able to throw it too. So
The fact that you are able to run the football, without one that had any questions coming into the year, how satisfying is it that you're dominating the run scheme so much?
Well, look, I mean, the good offenses that I've been around here, have always started up front with a good offensive line, ability to run the football, ability to protect the quarterback. We're 2 games in. I think our offensive line 2 games in have played well, and yet there's still a lot of things that I think we can improve on. So I think, the focus for us is not let's start patting ourselves on the back. The focus for us is, how are we going to improve and how are we going to get better? Because this is a long season. We're only 2 games into it.
Oh boy!
Yeah, I thought he did pretty good. I mean, fundamentally, technique-wise, I thought he graded out really well. I thought he did a good job up on the line of scrimmage, press coverage, getting his hands on receivers, running with the receivers down the field. And so I think for his first time out, I was really pleased with what I saw. And I thought his aggressiveness and his tackling and his willingness to get involved in contact, I thought was an improvement. And it was good to see.
Why this? I'm actually asking this summer, maybe we did, but I mean, he was really running behind John Charles and John Wright for most of the summer. What did he have to earn to kind of maybe get some looks with the ones more there?
Well, look, I mean, he missed all the spring, and so that was the first part. The second part is he needed to get into football shape, which he wasn't in when we first got started. So that put him just a little bit behind the 8 ball. Then he got injured in the San Francisco game, and so there's a lot of things that kind of went into that. And yet, I think if you went back and looked, there was plenty of times that he was maybe not getting reps out there with the first group, but he was running against the second team pretty significantly. And I think it's just get in there and earn your stripes. And I think he's done a pretty good job being able to do that.
Yeah, well, obviously that's all set up. But the second part of the question is, what did he do to earn a big signing like this for 2 weeks?
Well, he's next man up. I mean, we drafted him in the second round for a reason. I think a lot of teams, I can't remember exactly where we had him on the board, but we had a good grade on him. And so when he was available in the draft, we felt like we were getting a real kind of bargain at that price. He's smart. He's instinctive. He's fundamentally sound in what he does from a coverage standpoint. And so I think those are all things that we knew were there. But the fact that he wasn't here all spring or available all spring, he got injured in the San Francisco game, kind of made it harder for us to see him a whole lot, throughout the course of the summer. But we feel confident in his ability to go in there and help us win if we need him to.
See how your offense reacts to the way play action on the run game.
Oh yeah, look, I mean, I think you're always anxious to see how your team, handles adversity. But look, it's a team game, and so. Obviously our job as coaches are to try to put together game plans that give our players the best chance for success. And yet it doesn't always work out exactly as planned. And so sometimes you got to adjust. I thought our offense did a nice job of adjusting to a couple of things, some different fronts and things that we saw in the game that, we really hadn't anticipated. But I thought our guys adjusted well to it.
And for Trevor Penning, fair to say maybe he's turned a corner a little bit, at least last.
I think it's fair to say he's improving. I think he's done some really good things. So yeah, I think this is a guy that's gotten better each and every week. And that just goes to show, like, it takes time, it takes reps, it takes being able to go through that process. Early on in his career, he missed a lot of time, and it was hard to get that experience. I think he's gaining some of that on the run, and I think every game that he goes out and plays, he's getting a little bit more and more confident.
Was there encouraged by it? You know, you put Udo in there near the end of camp. Like, do you see that?
Yeah, well, I think.
Now your positive response.
Yeah, I think in the Carolina game, you know, I thought he played pretty well, you know, and I think even after the game, I said there were some things that he did really well, and then there's still some things he needs to improve on. I'd say the same thing about this week. There were some things that he did really well. There's some things he still needs to improve on. I think his run blocking's been, you know, kind of exactly what we thought we could get out of him in terms of you know, an aggressive, you know, blocker in the run game, and I think he's getting better as a pass protector. So. Just like all these guys, just like our whole football team, let's just go to work this week. Let's work on the things that we have to improve on, and try to get a little bit better this week.
Talk, boy.
All right. Shout out to DA, man. DA dropping the game, man. And I do think Dennis Allen's 100% correct, man. With having that correct mentality, it's like, man, look, we're doing really good. Let's just keep doing what we're doing and improve every week. Don't worry about what the talking heads are saying. Let's just keep executing. Let's just focus on the fundamentals, because the Saints are really not doing, they're just running the football, fam, and operating the play action behind the scheme. Now, it's a lot of misdirection to trick the defense so they can get into their stuff while the defense is delayed trying to figure it out. Yes. But at the end of the day, man, it's just really just blocking and running. And as long as we can continue to do that, and the Saints put up 180 yards in the first game, 190 yards, and my goodness, if they could, man, we might get 200 coming up here. So we just, as long as we keep running the ball, fam, we're gonna be all right. And then look at that, man. Atlanta just jumped offside. Stupid. All right. Anyway. Yeah. And I'm watching the game, but let me kind of put it on watch the last minutes. But yeah, Dennis Allen said a lot of positive stuff, man, in the interview. We just got to keep it going, man. As long as the Saints are running the football, we and getting into their play action bag, man, we're gonna handle business, man. They're gonna handle business. Oh, Atlanta, boy, they do Atlanta things, boy. Atlanta. All right. Did he get it? Looked like he got it. Yeah, he got the first down. So that is, yeah, I think it's just Atlanta. All right. So anyway, family, if y'all got any questions, please feel free to throw them in the chat, man. I watched Jalen Hurts get that first down on their ass, man. All right. So yeah, 18-15 Philly. All right. So anyway. Yeah, so what y'all think? Let me go to the chat question, man, see what the family members think about it. Over 100 people. What grade do you give Penning after two weeks? And 55% of the family members in the poll that understand the question said 55% give him an A, 42% gives him a B. Who gave him a D? Come on, y'all. 2% of the people gave Penning a D? Really, guys? Come on. 2%? A D Penning? Come on, y'all. Don't be petty. All right. Twigger says, sorry, I was 4 minutes behind with it. Oh, the cleanup, man. Yeah. That's something I do every time as he breaks out the cleanup, man. That's what we do. We always hit him with. Atlanta about to lose, man. All right. Greg says, I find when they make the fumble, they should have just fall on the ball inside, try to pick. Yeah, I know, bro. That was the one searing critique I had for them, for Chase Young, man. That would have neutralized the field goal, because didn't they get a field goal out of that play? Didn't they kick a field goal? They got a field goal out of that, I want to say, didn't they? Yeah, if he would have fell on it, man, that would have been it. Yeah, not too bad, though. Argentine Dogo says, put the plaque up. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's that old 10 Commandments plaque, man, that, you know, that dude did that video. It had to be in his mama house or his auntie house or wherever it is. You can see the curtains. They had the window was open. They had the house plant back there with the window open. Dude did the video at his mama's house, man. And I wonder where his mama was at. Was she standing there watching him dance like that? Oh my goodness. That's what's funny about the video, bro. It didn't age too well. L-Dub says DA was in the locker room yesterday cussing and quoting Kendrick Lamar. Was he really? DJ Twigger said top 5 defense with a top 10 offense. If we not that, we're real close. Yeah, Twigger, we might be all right, man. It's still a lot to go, man. Still a lot to go. We got to keep it going. Thank you, Michael. Shout out for you, man. Appreciate the super chat.
Thank you. Fuck too kind.
Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that, man. Much love. All right. Collinator says Rainbow District want to give him a D. Okay. All right. DJ Twigger says he said, okay, y'all just talking. Tenacious says, yeah, we got to get prepared to stop the Eagles. The tush push, yeah. Tim says, Q, same question as last week. Would you be surprised if we would I be surprised if we blow out? No, I wouldn't be surprised if we blow out the Eagles, bro. I wouldn't be surprised at all, man. You know, the Eagles going to be ready for the Saints. The Eagles, it could see it was a disrespect factor that was going on with Dallas, because you heard Dak Prescott, how his energies, a couple of their players was being disrespectful to the Saints too, but it was like a one-way disrespectful energy that Dallas had. That's why the concern was like, why are you guys so prideful? What's going on here? Why do you feel like you do that exponentially better than the Saints? And I was saying prior to the season, I said, if, and I was saying if the Saints run the ball and get play action Carr, the Saints going to win some games. And you guys are seeing them run the ball with play action Carr, and they're winning games. The Saints will be very difficult to stop as long as they keep doing this. And we haven't seen a team through 2 weeks figure out how to do that. And I don't know if Philly has some personnel, but I don't know if they'll be able to do that. We'll see how they do it, man. We'll see. We'll see how they handle it, man, because that's the big sticking point to the Saints offense. And the Eagles about to win this, man. The Eagles, they're running the clock down. Atlanta, and I told them, man, the people, they're worrying about the black and gold. They're about to be 0-2. That ain't looking good for Atlanta, man. They're about to be in a hole. Worrying about the black and gold, better worry about yourself. Yeah, they lost to Pittsburgh, then they about to lose to Philly, and then they got Kansas City, man. Them people gonna be 0-3. Oh man. Oh my goodness, family. Kansas City is behind this game for Atlanta. Just to let y'all know. No, I would, but Tim, I wouldn't be surprised at all, bro, if the Saints go out there and they blow out Philly, man. I wouldn't be surprised at all. By that time, then you'll have all of them on the Saints job. All these media people that buried the Saints, they're going to be, oh my goodness, I have to switch it. No, don't hit. They're going to be doing that. So yeah, it is, but I would still pump my brakes because it's still very early on. And like I said, early season teams look different than mid-season and late season teams, especially the contenders. They look a lot different. So it's a lot of rust going on. You know, they got to figure it out. What Philly coach doing? He cutting up and cussing. What's going on there? What's wrong with him? He got mad at somebody right quick. All right. So thank you, Tim. Appreciate that, man. Wallace says, you said Atlanta going to be 0-3. Atlanta's going to be 0-3. Yeah, they're going to be 0-3 because them people have, and look, they're talking to Saints now. Clint Kubiak, first season coordinator, 91 points in the first 2 games, 4th most in NFL history, scored on the first 15 Derek Carr drives of the season. So they're showing the Saints right now. They trying to show some love. People never do that, man. Now all of a sudden they want to talk about the Saints in a Philly and Atlanta game. Oh, they got Kubiak over there. Nah, we good. All right. So anyway, Wallace says you said, 0-3 because the next team they have is Kansas City next. Oh, the guy dropped the damn ball. Come on, bro. That was a first down, man. How you dropped that one, brother? See, if that was Alvin Kamara, that was a catch. That was pitch and catch right here. The dude catch the ball. That's a first down, man. Dude dropped the ball, man. That was a touchdown, matter of fact. The other guy was coming in, it would have been at least a first down. How he dropped the ball like that? All right. Yeah. Collinator says Zimmer's face Parsons was pissed. Yeah, man. I kept saying in the stream, man, that your boy looked constipated. Philly got to settle for a field goal. There's a lot of time left on the clock. Yep, he hits it. So they up. It's 21-15. So a buck 39 on the clock for Atlanta. They don't have no timeouts though. So Atlanta will have to march the field. They need a touchdown to score. So I think this might be it. I don't think Philly is stupid enough to let Atlanta march the field. They need a touchdown to win the game. All right. Pelicans Nola says 17-0 paper champions. He says y'all want to rise up to fall down. Where is the feathers everywhere? Sorry, Big Low. Yeah, it's the thing, man, where you just man, that's what happened when you put the pressure. I was kind of trying to slow them down on that because if you look at their schedule, man, it's not their schedule is not kind. This is here it is right here. Look, they lose to Pittsburgh. Philly's about to beat them tonight unless they get a touchdown. They got Kansas City next, right? In week 3, and then the Saints behind them. So yeah, it's looking kind of rough, man. It's looking kind of rough right now for them guys. They got KC after this one. How the people gonna be 0-3 by the time we see them? Well, if Low gonna still have that same energy, man. Kirk Cousins going out on the field. Let's see if Kirk Cousins, $180 million quarterback, can he do it? What's up, Hoodie? Shout out to Hoodie, man. All right. Go see the last couple of minutes and see what happened with Philly and such and such. I don't know. Atlanta has to score a touchdown here, fam. So let's see what Kirk Cousins do for him, fam. All right, let's see what Kirk does. All right, there it is. Okay. Oh, good catch. That was a good catch right there. Up to the 40-yard line there in the no huddle. All right, Kirk Cousins trying to do something. Philly, you got to stop him, man. We want y'all to beat Atlanta. Come on, Philly. Come on, Philadelphia. We got a lot of time left. Oh, what a throw and a catch right there. Okay. All right. Carr. Okay, Cousins. Cousins making some throws right there. They got to spike the ball or slow the clock down though. Come on. And they ain't trying to spike the ball, Cousins. Real? He in a shotgun. He says, nah, we're gonna run it. Phil ain't getting no pressure though. Oh. Uh-oh. Okay, he stops, runs. Oh, come on, Philadelphia. That was on Zach Bowen. Come on, y'all. They about to give it up. How they let Atlanta march the field like that on them for 48 seconds, man? They didn't got all the way down there. Philly, stupid, man. What's going on? Then the dude missed the tackle on him. Was that Gardner? Was that Chauncey missed that tackle? I can't tell. Kirk Cousins, man, got him all the way down there. It gets out of bounds. Okay, yeah, Atlanta did a really good job of getting down there, man. Let's see if they can get it in the end zone, man. They got all the way down there. I think Philly and how Philly let them people march the field like that, man. Come on, we need an interception right here. Raheem Morris looking real nervous, man. We need a pick, man. Come on, Philly. Oh, he looking for a flag. Okay, incomplete. 3rd and 5. You know it's full. It doesn't matter. It's 2 down territory. Come on, Philly. Let's see them dirty birds home with a loss. Referee, good no call, ref. Good no call, ref. So, Kurt, nobody cousin, see what he do. Uh-oh. Touchdown. Drake London. Drake London with the touchdown. There it is. Come on, Philly. That was awful defense, man. If they play like that next week, we're going to take them apart, man. That was terrible, man. Terrible defense. And then Drake London just shook the Jew. Why didn't he jam them? What's going on here? Why are they giving these guys free release like that in the red zone? What's going on? Dude, that's horrible, man. And then he threw a flag for shooting in the air, but that don't matter. It tied the game 21 in the. That was done by Drake London. He did a machine gun motion in the air. And they threw a flag, unsportsmanlike conduct. He did a machine gun motion in the air. Referee says, oh, no, this could be problematic, too, because that's going to be huge if he misses it. If he misses it, it's going to be huge. Can he hit it? Well, Young Hoku going to knock that through. He did. Okay, they go up 22-21. Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's horrible, man. How Philadelphia let them walk the field like that on them? They just walked the field. Raheem Morris, man, what you arguing, bro? I mean, he did they're gonna call that, bro. I don't understand what's going on with Philadelphia, how they let them march the field like that on them. I mean, it was pitch and catch the whole way down. That was how in the hell did Philadelphia allow the receiver? They didn't even jam the receivers. How they letting them? How they having giving them free release like that in the red zone? The guy, then he just shakes him out of his shoes and burns him toward the sideline. That was horrible, man. We gonna knock y'all for that one, Philly. That was you let the game go. That was stupid. Look like they might have escaped one, fam. They might have got their first win right here. There's still 30-something seconds remaining, though. All Philly needs to do is just get to field goal range and kick a field goal. I think they got 2 timeouts left. And then number 20, who's this guy? Yeah, he dropped the ball, man. Dude, Saquon Barkley, man. How Saquon Barkley missed that catch, dog. But anyway, fam, we got 30-something seconds left. What y'all think? Y'all think Philly can go down there and kick a field goal, man? We're going to see. 2 timeouts, 30-something seconds. Let's see what Jalen Hurts got. They just need to get in field goal range to beat them. Boy, that'll be a heartbreaker, too. Jalen going to stand. Oh, took a shot. Oh, nice catch. All right, come on now, move it. They're going to call a timeout right there. There you go. They just need to get in field goal range, fam. You know, to get field goal or get a chance at a kick. They just need a field goal to beat them. For Dallas Goedert, they call a timeout. I don't know. I'd be really upset if I'm the Phillies coach. After what I seen on defense, they just let them march the field on them. That was a horrible defensive thing. We gonna take it to them if they play like that, man. If that's what they got, man, I ain't gonna even go there, fam. I ain't gonna even put it on us, fam. If we might have another one here, man. All right, here go Jalen Hurts. Let's see what he got. Can he get him in field goal range? Oh, that's it. It's a pick. Atlanta seals the day. Why Jalen Hurts didn't take off when he was trying to make the throw? Look at Count Blinkler out there. Count Blinkler out there. He got that old Titanic suit on, that old timey suit. I seen Count Blinkler clapping his hands. Yeah, he just threw it. Safety read it the whole way. They closed the door on them. There you go. They closed the door on them. So that is. So, well, go ahead. Yeah, Philly people stunned, man. They had the game. Jesse Bates gets a pick, and they nailed it down. Atlanta gets the first win of the season. They seal it off. The defense closed the door on them. That's all on Philly, man. That's all on Philly. They had it. They had the game, man. Philly defense let them people walk down on that last drive right there, man. They had it. And Jalen Hurts tried to throw from the pocket. Man, that was a terrible throw, but he had a guy running at him. That wasn't a good throw at all. That wasn't even close. Yeah, it is. Atlanta get the first win of the season. They barely got it, man. They escaped with the victory. Kirk Cousins gets his first win. Next up, they got Kansas City. So yeah, that wasn't even supposed to. That's on Philly defense, man. Actually, Saquon Barkley. You can blame two people. Saquon Barkley dropped that ball out the flat. He should have had that ball, and that would have been at least a first down. New set of downs. That wouldn't have been a field goal. And then the defense let them walk down. And boy, if that's what they got, if that's the best they got, man, we watch this. Watch what we do. All right. So anyway, man, listen, man, that was just peeking to see what was going on right there with that Atlanta get the victory, man, over Philly. And we seen a little bit of that, man. We might be doing something, man. Alexander says we gonna punish them. Tell it like it is, Q. Titanic. Y'all know, yeah, Count Blankula, man, that dude, man. He got that old Titanic suit on, man. That'd be like them, the old timey movies. That reminds me of like an old timey billionaire. He's Count Blankula running around out there. He was happy as hell too. He was clapping. Like you clapping slow for an old vampire. That was pretty fast clapping. That was pretty decent clapping by that old vampire. Man says Philly suck. We gonna spank them up next week. Saints 45-6. Okay, all right. Yeah, that wasn't a good man. Listen, if that's what Philly has to offer, that wasn't good at all, fam. How they let them guys get free release like that, especially in the red zone? It would, boy, if that's what they got, oh yeah, that ain't gonna be there. We gonna cook. We gonna be cooking against them. I hate to say it, but if that's how you playing in the last minutes of the game, they had that game. They had the game. Atlanta didn't have any timeouts left. All they needed was a stop. They didn't make one stop that whole last drive. That coach got to be pissed off, man. I don't know who their defensive coordinator is, but I'll be really upset. They didn't have one stop on that entire drive. The offense kicked the field goal. They needed to score a touchdown to win the game. Atlanta had no timeouts. Kirk Cousins get out there and walk down the field on Philly defense. No press, no nothing, and they just walk right up in the end zone. That right there, the Philly people gonna be really upset. They already extra already. So you can go on the Philly screen. Them people, they cutting up. You hear that? The defense. Oh no, I'm good. We good. Rose says, do you understand? All Philly had to do was get a first down and game was over. They just needed to stop defensively. Slow down Atlanta. Atlanta couldn't stop the clock. They were letting them get out of bounds. How you do that? What kind of game plan it was? Didn't they teach them guys to stop the wide receivers? They ain't got no timeouts. Tackle them before they get to the out of bounds. They was letting them get the out of bound routes to stop the clock. It's like you had timeouts anyway. They orchestrated. People did not have one stop defensively. I would be upset if I was the Phillies coach and the support base. Yeah, Saquon dropped that pass. He catches that pass, man. That's a first down, man. Oh, what's up, K9? Yeah, man. It's been a while, bro. You been all right? Hope everything good with you, man. Yeah, this is the thing though, man, with that. So we'll see. We'll get Philly later on Saturday in the Dome. So, like I said, man, let me take a look at some of these statistics here. Let me look at some of these statistics here from Philly to see how they do. Just a little peek in, a little scout work on them. All right, Jalen Hurts. Let me see, 22 to 22 on the first downs. Philly was 6 of 13. Atlanta was 2 for 9. How you let a team beat you? And it was 2 for 9 on third down. What's going on here? You were 6 of 13. They were 2 out of 9 on third down. You deserve to lose. 68 plays for Philly versus 58 by Atlanta. 365 to 385 Atlanta. 9 drives total. ATL had 6.6 per play yards, 5.4 by the Eagles, 233 versus 179 on the pass. 100 and both of them couldn't stop the run worth a damn. Philly had 37 carries for 186 yards. You got to add a lot of that with Jalen Hurts too. 5 yards a rush. Atlanta 28 carries, $152, 5.4 yards a rush. Red zone, Atlanta was 1 of 3 in the red zone. Philly was 2 of 5. They had 9 penalties for 53 yards. That's not good right there. Atlanta only had 3 for 40. Philly had 9 penalties for 53 yards. They had 1 turnover, which was the interception at the end of the game. Philly dominated the time of possession, 36 minutes, rounded up to 24-21 by Atlanta. Then you take a look at their people in terms of Jalen Hurts was 23 of 30 for 183 yards, 6.1 yards per throw. He was sacked once, 1 touchdown, a pick, 88.6 rating. Saquon Barkley, 22 carries for 95 yards, 4.3 yards per carry. Jalen Hurts, 3 scrambles for 85 yards, 6.5 yards per rush, 1 touchdown. Top receiver Devontae Smith had 7 catches off of 10 targets for 76 yards, averaged 11 yards per catch. He had a touchdown. Dallas Goedert, 3 catches for 38. Colby had 6 for 23. Barkley had 4 for 21 and 1 he wished he had back. So he went to him 4 out of 5. And the 5th one, which really hurt him. He catches that game over with. So the top guy was Reed Blankenship, and Zach Bowen had 9 tackles. So Zach Bowen's still up there in his tackles. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson had 6 tackles, and Chauncey had a missed tackle that he was supposed to get, and he let that guy get away from him. And then the guy gets yardage and then gets out of bounds to stop the clock. He's supposed to tackle him in bounds. Kirk Cousins, 20 of 29 for 241, 2 touchdowns, sack once, 117.2, way better performance. Robertson, 14 carries for 97 yards. Man averaged 7 yards a carry. Tyler Algier, 9 carries for 53 yards, 6 yards a carry. So that's showing you, fam, 28 carries for 152 yards, 5.4. Both of them were able to run on them. So that go to show you, based on this game, and I'm going to have to go and look back at some more stuff, that Philly's not really good at stopping. They allow Atlanta to put up 150 plus yards on them. Or Bijan was averaging 7 yards a carry, and Tyler Algier, the backup, was averaging 6 yards a carry. You think Elvin and Taysom and Jamal Williams might be able to get the cooking against these people? What y'all think, man? Darnell Mooney, 3 for 3 for 88 yards, 1 touchdown. Drake London had 6 catches off of 7 targets for 54 yards and the game-winning touchdown. Ray McLeod, the 3rd receiver, 3 catches, 42 yards. Robinson out the backfield, 4 for 25. Kyle Pitts, 3 for 20. And Cousins, they're showing him. Jesse Bates, 12 tackles. Jesse Bates cutting up for him. 12 tackles. He had that interception to seal the game. Caden Ellis had 11 tackles. Troy Anderson had 9. They do that. I got to give Atlanta credit. They do use some of their. They got some good personnel in terms of how they're utilizing these guys. Matt Judon had a sack tonight. Yeah, we're going to have to break these people down, fam, to be honest with you, because they got 2 really good kickers, too, to be honest. Jake Elliott and Young Hoku, these are really good kickers. Special teams are decent. But suspect in terms of the stuff that I wanted to know is how good this defense is in terms of, can we run on this defense? If we can run on you, then we can get to our play action bag and make some stuff really cook. It appears that Dallas, I keep saying Dallas, but Philly is what I'm really meaning. Maybe I'm drawing some of that Dallas energy over to Philly. Saints smacking down Dallas energy over to Philly. It appears Philly's not good at stopping the run. They let them people put up, 152 yards of rushing. And Bijan Robinson averaged 7 yards a carry. Tyler Algieri averaged 6. What do y'all think, man? You think we can run on them? What y'all think? Y'all think we run on them? Could we run on them?
He ain't lying.
I don't think we can. We can run on them. They got their first win tonight, man. They got a tough one coming up against Kansas City next for Atlanta. Philly, of course, travels to New Orleans to take on a very hot New Orleans team. I think we can run on them, fam. What's up, Wendell? Wendell says the game would have been over if Barkley didn't sell out for not catching that pass. It would have been game over for the state. Yeah, if he'd have caught that bad pass, bro, I don't know if he would have got in the end zone, but he would have got the first down and keep it going. So yeah, he messed it up. And then the defense really screwed it up, bro. They allowed them people to march the field. They didn't tackle them inbounds. He wasn't supposed to let them with no timeouts just catch the ball and get out of bounds. They were running sideline plays. The defense is set up to keep them in the field. Like, you're not supposed to let them get out of bounds. And Chauncey Gardner-Johnson had a tackle, let the dude get away from him and get out of bounds. So Saquon Barkley, yes, but that defense, bro, they had Atlanta with 50-something seconds, I want to say, a minute and some change with no timeouts, and they had to go march the field, and that was not one stop. If I was the if I was the head coach, I would be pissed at that defense. They had no timeouts, and they would have to march the field. They needed a touchdown to win, and the defense didn't have not one play that they stopped them people on. They marched down there and went right in the end zone. They didn't have no press. They didn't jam them guys. The guy went and let them he just put a move on them toward the outside, toward the sideline in the end zone and caught the pass. No problem at all. Dude, sad. That's sad, man. If that's what they got, I'm feeling pretty confident. Not cocky, but I'm feeling pretty confident. That's not good execution defensive wise, man. That's not good. All right. Pam says, Q, that wasn't C. That was Mitchell that missed the tackle. Okay, my bad. I thought it was CD. What's his face? Okay, I'll stand corrected. Wendell says, I'm calling it right now. I'm dropping 50 burger. Y'all calling the 50 burger? It ain't gonna happen because Dennis Allen ain't gonna let him put a 50 burger up on it. The best you can hope for is a 40 burger. Dennis Allen is not going to let the Saints put up a 50 burger on the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, what we did see tonight is we seen some stuff that we can attack from Philadelphia, because the Saints wouldn't have let that happen. The Saints defense would not have allowed Atlanta to walk the field like that. We wouldn't have let them do that. That was just bad. That was terrible by Philly. But what I did see is that two things, just early scouting. I got to go and do some more looking at them. But so far early on, family, I'm going to say this and then we're going to get out of here. But what I basically see from the Philadelphia Eagles watching them tonight is, number one, this team goes according to Jalen Hurts. Hurts is the guy, man. Hurts is the guy, man. It all goes according to him. He's the man for this team. It starts with stopping him first. You got to stop this dude. And of course, it is very interesting that they do have Saquon Barkley here to pair with Jalen Hurts to give him a running attack. We know Smith is dangerous as a wide receiver. They have a pretty interesting offense with Jalen Hurts, but it all goes according to Hurts. Hurts was the top running back tonight. He wasn't the top runner. He was the second guy behind Barkley. Barkley was the top dude at 90-something yards rushing. But yeah, 95 yards for Barkley on 4-yard average. He's going to be the guy that you have to look at to try to stop Barkley, because they're going to try to run Barkley at you. But thing is, slowing down the rush attack, that Jalen Hurts a part of it, because he's going to scramble a lot. He had 13 scrambles, average 6.5. He had a touchdown off that scrambling. So we're going to have to neutralize Jalen Hurts the best way we can. We can't allow him to escape out of the pocket and create an ad lib. He does that. That's how he is able to keep the game flowing. And he does have a dangerous revived runner in Saquon Barkley, who is we gotta do something about him too. But it all goes with Jalen Hurts. But defensively speaking, I feel confident that we can run on these people. I feel confident. They let Atlanta put up 152 yards and average 5.4 yards a rush. So I think the Saints could be able to put some yardage up on running the ball and get balanced against Philly. The biggest concern for me would be Jalen Hurts, because this is the test. This is the true test of, have the Saints fix the Achilles heel that is the mobile quarterback threat that has plagued us over the last several years. Have they done enough to fix that? And I believe so. I think Chase Young, Willie Gay will be a part of this game. He will be a big part of this game. Willie Gay he is here for this moment in time. When we see a mobile guy like Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley, these guys, this is a Willie Gay game. We need Willie Gay out there doing this thing. This is where it comes down to. So Chase Young in the containment, keeping Hurst there, and then the Saints having that gap discipline and not allow him to sneak out, and then Willie Gay being there to close the distance, shooting Willie Gay in there to knock him around, get him on the ground, that kind of stuff. Because this team flows according to Jalen Hurts, man. If we can neutralize him, bro, I think we'll be all right. And I think you can run on Philly. So feeling pretty confident, man. If the Saints do something similar to what they did against Dallas, man, I think we'll be all right. But we'll see, man. We'll see. All right. What's up, Latina? She said, finally able to catch a stream. Hey, Q. Hey, what's going on? It's good to see you here. Appreciate you. All right, so listen, fam, we're gonna get ready to get out on that. Wendell says, Q, brother plus AJ Brown want to be. Oh yeah, I know AJ Brown won't be playing. Let me pull up their depth chart, fam, so we can take an early look at it. Usually what I do later on in the week, but I don't hurt no to take a look at it. Yeah, Jalen Hurts, Barkley, Brown is out, Devontae Smith, Jahan Dotson, that guy's a speedster. We seen Britton Covey, he was getting some play with AJ Brown being out. Dallas Goedert. You see their offensive line is okay. You know, Lane Johnson. I see Mickey Becton is there. Defensively, man. The Kobe Dean, Zach Bowen, Sweat, Quinion Mitchell, Chauncey, Reed Blankership is pretty good. So yeah, man, I'm looking at Philly's D, man. I ain't gonna even lie, fam. We might have a 200-yard rush performance. Don't quote me on that, but I'm saying, fam, I'm looking over these people defense, man. I'm gonna study some more film on it, fam. I think we might have a 200-yard rushing performance on these. We're gonna have a 200-yard rushing performance, fam. Man, listen, we're gonna move these people around like furniture with vending machine wheels on them. Man, their defense didn't look like all that tonight. You let a team put $150 on you on the run, and the Saints, oh my God, could you imagine what the Saints are going to come in and do with that vertical running attack? With Elvin Kamara, they don't touch Elvin until he's in the second level of the defense. Taysom Hill, we'll see what Taysom. Hopefully Taysom's all right, but if Taysom's not all right, we still got Jamal Williams we can throw in there. We need to cycle in Jordan Mims. We still can bring Jordan Mims. He can run behind that. He's another quick back. The Saints don't one. 1 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 And the crazy part is I see Big Jordan Davis in the middle is a monster. But a lot of these other guys are unproven. I know about Bryce Huff. Brandon Graham is old. I know about the monster that is Jordan Davis, but a lot of these guys are unproven. Zach Bowen's playing really good. I do like N'Kobe Dean. Josh Sweat is another interesting young player. They got some interesting players there. Nolan Smith, all these Alabama guys. They got some injuries too, though, bro. Devin White and James Bradbury, Sidney Brown. They got some injuries on this team, man. Like y'all mentioned, the big one is A.J. Brown being out. Yeah, being out for the Saints game, man. But then again, I don't know. He might be. I don't know. We got to keep an eye on him. The 3-hour injury report says Brown hamstring expect to miss a couple of weeks. So yeah, that would include us with AJ Brown. He's a big part of what they do too. So I don't know, man. Based on what I seen tonight with that defense, fam, I think we might be able to put up a 200 rushing per if we running and putting up 180, 190. The Saints gonna be back in their bag again in the dome, and then Derek Carr he ain't gonna be doing. Dancing like Michael Jackson next time. He's gonna be doing Prince moves in the damn end zone. You're gonna be switching it up on the ass. He got Prince for you next time. Yeah, he got it. I don't know. I have to look at the video on it, man. But $150 they put up on him, man. 150 yards they put up on these people. Yeah, I think we can do something with that. All right. So anyway, man, listen, man. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Sean, you're right. He's the killer. You're right. He is. He's Jalen Hurts is the dude. He represents the mobile QB threat. If it wasn't him, it'd be Lamar Jackson. If we played any more mobile quarterback that doesn't have any reservations for taking the hell off, they just see something and they just take off. He's a problem. But like I said, I think the Saints might have fixed that with the Chase Young signing and Willie Gay. Willie Gay is the answer. So I'm waiting to see what the Saints do with Willie Gay for this, because we're going to need him for Philly. That's why he's here. He's here for this game, for the games like this when we take on mobile QB threats. So it's going to be interesting. Not yet. Pretty much Taysom Hill is but Dennis Allen said he was all right. He has a chest issue, and we probably won't know more about it till later on in the week, till we get the Wednesday report and see if he's DMP'd or if he's limited. Then we'll know more of a status on him. Dennis Allen didn't want to go into it. He kept kind of deferring away from it. So but for my knowledge, it appears that he, according to some of the reports, that he avoided a major injury type situation and he's okay. So we'll see how that all goes moving forward, because Taysom's a big part of it too. Yeah, so yeah, they almost lost tonight, fam. It just was one of the ones. Yeah, Jerry upset. Jerry wanted him to catch that L. It's all right, bro. It's all right. Don't worry. We're gonna make him catch that L later on, brother. Don't worry. That's when it means more, when we put the L on him. All right. What's up, Snake Bike? Big ups to you. All right. Yes. He said 200 yard on Philly. Yeah, we going for it, man. The way they played, how they played that shitty back defense at the end of the game, man. How y'all rear back like that and let them people march the field? Like I said, them Philly people probably mad right now. They mad. It's always something with these Philly people, man. Saquon makes the catch. He gets the first down. Eventually, they score the touchdown, put the game out of reach. Nope. They give Atlanta the ball back. Defense, we can hold them. Defense, let them march the field. No press coverage. No keeping them from getting out of bounds. I don't know who that coordinator is, but boy, he's a dumbass. Oh, let me find out who that dude is before I go. Who's that? Because he gonna be the guy we be pointing at saying this is their guy. That was not a good call late in the game for Philly. Who is their coordinator? Oh, you got to be kidding. You got to be kidding. Is Vic Fangio their defensive coordinator? For real? Is it Vic Fangio? It is Vic. Vic Fangio is their coordinator. Wow. Wow. This guy. Wow. He let that happen? Oh man, another old man we got to go knock upside the head. We did it to Zimmer. Now we got to go do it to Fangio. But hopefully Fangio has his dentures in, because I don't think Zimmer had his teeth in this. That's why it was, because the plays was all jumbled up. They didn't understand because he didn't have his teeth in. So we go from one older gentleman to another older gentleman. Hopefully this guy got his teeth in. But he might not have them in because they just got the teeth kicked out of his mouth by what Atlanta did him in the last portions of the game. I can't believe Vic Fangio let that defense do that, boy. I wouldn't expect him. He should know better than that. Wow. Wow. Boy, them Philly people up there, they're knocking him in. They're knocking him all upside his head about right now. How you let them I would be upset with my defense. Them people marched the field easily. Vic Fangio need to be ashamed of himself. He taking it on the chin. Hopefully they don't hit him too hard, his teeth fall out. All right, yeah. At this point, it's elder abuse. Yeah, every week they keep rolling these old geezers out, man. We gotta keep, they rolling these old geezer defensive coordinators. That other guy was 68. I don't know how old Vic Fangio is. How old is Vic Fangio? He got to be every bit of 65, I want to say. Oh, let me find out how old is. Where we keep finding these old geezers from? We got to keep these old geezer defensive coordinators. 66. So the other guy was 68. Vic is 66 years old, and Zimmer was 68. Yeah, we get these old geezers, man. We got to keep lining them up, man. The game might be beyond some of these guys, man. No disrespect to my older people, but it's a young man's game. It's a young man's game, right? It should be a younger defensive coordinator there. Some of these old guys might need to take their money and go into retirement, man. Because that's totally not how a Vic Fangio defense I remember played like. I'm really outdone by that. I'm saying, did y'all answer the question? Did Mike Zimmer? Let me pull up a picture right quick, because now y'all got me being petty now. Now y'all got me being petty, because I was doing the play-by-play during the game, and I'm saying, does Mike Zimmer have his teeth in his mouth when he was playing the Saints? It sure didn't look like it to me. And I was saying it because it looked weird. I'm like, this dude do he have teeth in his mouth? What's going on here? Because he was talking and and he was chewing. You know how, they be chewing like, man, hold on here. What's going on here? I don't think the man had the teeth in his mouth, man. That's what I think. I don't know. Y'all tell me. I might make that a poll question for the next show. Did Mike Zimmer have his teeth in his mouth? Did he? Y'all answered the question. Travis says Zimmer forgot his teeth at the crib yesterday. Yes, indeed. Bobbin says, "Who that nation be proud of our head of who our head coach." Indeed, man. At least one thing I could say, man, when you was looking at Mike McCarthy, man, Mike McCarthy looked like a Thanksgiving turkey. I ain't going to lie. He was all plump, And if he would have took a deep breath, he would have popped. That's how uncomfortable Mike McCarthy looked, for real, fam. He looked like the Eggman that fell off the wall in the fairy tales. I mean, there was no room. If he'd have took a deep breath, he would have popped like a balloon, an overstuffed balloon. I was like, that guy can't be healthy, man. And then I looked at Zimmer, and Zimmer was walking around there, and I was like, that guy don't have his teeth in it. Any of these old gentlemen, are they healthy enough to be coaches in this very competitive league? Now, at least you can't say that about Dennis Allen. Dennis Allen, you can't say Dennis Allen is out of shape. You can say he floats on the cloud, but Dennis Allen is not out of shape. That's one thing I could say about DA. He ain't out of shape. He ain't ready for the Thanksgiving table. I can tell you that much. I was looking out like, my goodness, look at this guy here. This dude reared back like that. I said, I found if they want to do a good movie about what's the guy? What's his name? The Kingpin. They want to do it. If they want to do it, the Kingpin from the Daredevil, they won't bring. I got a guy. He's the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. That's that. You just put a white suit on him and shave his head. That's the perfect Kingpin right there. Mike McCarthy as Kingpin. Hey boy, but none of them guys. At least that's one thing I could say about Dennis Allen. That he don't look like he ready to pop. You know. Say, look. There's a picture right here. A DA right here talking to McCarthy. Yeah, McCarthy. Look, that's Kingpin right there, boy. That's the Kingpin right there. Look at this old gentleman. Really, look at that man there. Come on, brother. Come on. Hey, what's going on here? Kingpin, you're about to lose, Kingpin. It's over with. All right, let me get on out of here, man. I'm just being petty now. Listen, fam, I'm going to holler at y'all on the next one, man. The Saints, I'm proud of my black and gold Saints. We handling the business. We doing the damn thing, man. We watched the Philly game and watched Philly allow the $154 to be ran on them by the Atlanta Falcons. I think the Saints can go for another $180, another $190, but it's going to be another running affair. I can promise you that. It's going to be another running affair. And I don't know how high the score going to be, but I know for a fact the Saints are going to be able to run the ball against Philly, man. And then the only thing is Jalen Hurts is the thing. I think the Saints will do a good job on Saquon Barkley. I just feel the key to it is stopping Jalen Hurts to neutralize what he has, force some turnovers, and to keep him contained to the pocket, to throw from the pocket, not let him ad-lib. So that would have to be discipline. Like I said, Willie Gay, Demario Davis, they're going to have to be getting in there early and often. The Saints going to have to keep that pressure on by scoring on those drives, controlling the clock. And then as it gets louder and louder in the dome, it's going to be really tough because if it gets to the point where the Saints are just scoring those drives and scoring drives that mounts that pressure up on Jalen Hurts and the Saints defense, keep him compressed and contained to the pocket in the best of their ability, strategic blitzing to knock him around in there, perhaps force a couple of turnovers there. We should be all right. And what's really good about it is the fact that the Saints have all of these pass rushers where they can keep sending these guys if they need to, to keep everybody fresh. So this is going to be a real test for Dennis Allen in terms of keeping Jalen Hurts, because Jalen Hurts will hurt you in his ad-lib game outside of the pocket, making throws on the run because he's really good at that, extending the play. We've got to be careful of that because that's how he's able to defeat teams going off script. So we can't let him ad-lib. We can't let him do what Jalen Hurts does. We got to pressure him. We got to contain him. We got to play good football. It's going to be a good test defensively for our front guys to be able to do what they need to do against Jalen Hurts. I do think the Saints can run on this team and put pressure on them. So we're going to see how this game look, man, early and often, man. But this is a little early preview of it. So we're going to break it down a little bit further. But anyway, Len, I'm going to get on up out of here. I appreciate chiming with y'all tonight, man. Listen, y'all, please feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. By all means, feel free to share the show on your social media feed. We'll be on Patreon tomorrow doing the film breakdown. We'll talk about the injury report and whatever latest news. We'll talk about that as well. But we'll be on Patreon tomorrow. Patreon.com/the Pro Media Network. We'll be on there, as well as our YouTube family members will be looking at the film, breaking down the Saints Cowboys on film, all 22. We're going to cover it and break it down and make it. And like I was looking at much of it, fam, the Saints are executing, man. It's not a fluke. They're executing. I'm going to show y'all tomorrow. But anyway, much love to y'all. If you want to join that, become a YouTube member or simply go to patreon.com/the Pro Media Network. The difference is on Patreon, we have our show On Cue with Big Q, which is a show I'm supposed to be doing one this Wednesday, matter of fact, for the family members. On Cue is our new show that we do, and we talk about a lot of real stuff on Patreon. So you have to be on Patreon to get On Cue with Big Q. But for all the family members, I'm going to see y'all later. All that information is in the link in the description section. Much love. I'm going to holler at y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Yeah. Huh? Boogie Boogie like Benson, I'm a who that. I'm a who that. Long as I'm living, I'm a who that. Lose or winning, I'm a who that. Sports Coma, yeah, this is where we do that. Where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that. Boogie like Benson, I'm a who that. I'm a who that. Sports Coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Somebody please better help. Running this thing like Elf. I thank God every day I'm not a felt. Go to YouTube Live with Big Q and the guys. If you ain't ride or die, the bandwagon get flipped. Been marching in, that was way for the ring. I was yelling out your shade for the championship. Bucking on town, duck down. Falcons, pluck, get shut down. Panthers ain't much touchdown. The vision really belong to us now. So much hate on the Saints, you could probably tell. Ever since Bounty Gate hit the NFL, when things seem fishy and you probably smell the crooked referees or Roger Goodell. Yeah, probably like this and I'm a who that. Every day I'm living, I'm a who that. Lose or winning, I'm a who that. It's the Sports Coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that. Boogie like this and I'm a who that. It's the Sports Coma, this is where we do that.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
Say they gon' beat them, say who that? Who that? Who that say they gon' beat them, say who that? Who that? Who that say they gon' beat them, say who that?
WhoThatDaily.com. That's right, the WhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, WhoThatDaily.com is your site. The WhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform store where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. And remember,